main goal is to not unplug this. All right, let's see. Can I breathe now?
Check. Yeah, it's got like. But then he was going.
Just talk normal. Okay, yes, here we go.
Dude.
I'm actually surprised at how little I can hear from the outside. Are these noise canceling?
I don't know, but it is nice because when it gets wild in here, it's really hard to like hear the person next to you and like be locked into whatever they're saying. Somewhere I can see.
Oh, and I tried to message Coach Cox. I have no stats or anything.
Okay.
And I'm pretty lispy with my teeth.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I can't hear it in the headphones.
If it becomes too lispy, I will end up taking them out.
Okay. All right. This is what we need to see. How many people? So we've got good connection, and then this is how many like unique clicks happen, and then this is how many people are like actually listening at the right now.
Okay.
Here we can actually check it ourselves.
We should probably have this where this is in the middle of us.
Yeah, and we'll have this right here so you can reference it too, because I'll keep them.
It looks like someone's probably going to be there the whole time. Which is,
there you go.
This corner's fine though, I think.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to see. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put this way back. We'll probably put our logo there instead of us watching it.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have us in there. Actually, it's not bad having us there, so we'll probably do that.
Okay.
All right, let's see what Michael, we're live.
You want to be as symmetrical as possible. Actually, just slide this over. Does that move?
No, it's this.
Oh.
That I don't have enough outlets for.
Michael, we are here and ready to go.
Yeah, he just wanted to make sure we knew. I wonder if he's watching right now.
But nobody's on.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see how quick it responds. Will you grab in my bag? There's a light blue notebook. It's good for us to have something to like
reference.
But even to write down, like if I'm talking and you're like mention foul shots or something where like I can be like, oh, yeah. Or sometimes like Michael will be updating the Facebook and like typing on people there and he'll just give me one of these to be like, just keep talking. Because it's sometimes hard to know.
That?
Yeah, that's perfect. You don't want to like drown out the other person, but you don't want any blank space. Because if somebody's listening to it, you don't want like, no, for 30 seconds, nobody talked because they were both not wanting to be rude. Like you'd rather be a little bit rude.
Right.
All right, let's see.
Well, we can interrupt each other, no problem.
Concurrent viewers, we've got our first one. Michael Davis, hello. How does our sound sound?
Yes, let us know, Michael. Do I sound too lispy?
All right, there we go.
So now there's two of us. Wait, how behind is this?
Maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
Okay. Just because I noticed that woman walk by and then she wasn't on the screen.
Yeah, it sounds good on here. Great.
Okay, good.
All right, so these, I don't know how well you can read my handwriting. I can get you the digital version of this. We'll go through this with Christiansburg. Yeah, you can take a picture of it.
No, what I was going to say is if this is going to be here, are you keeping up with Radford stats and I'll keep up with, or is that what you're doing? Because if you do that.
Usually I keep up with both. All I keep up with is points and fouls.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. And so I'll do points and fouls. And then if you'll do like, if somebody's getting a ton of rebounds or just like random stats that might not show up in just points or fouls.
Okay.
Just different things that you notice. Because it's hard, especially at the end of the game. We did this the other night. It's so hard to remember to keep the score because the game is so exciting. And like the fourth quarter, we're like going crazy. I'm like, oh, wait, who got that? And it's really important to reference like, oh, my gosh, so-and-so has 15 points.
Well, that's what I was saying. Is it easier for you to do both, or do you want to do Radford and I'll do Christiansburg?
It actually is easier to do both. However, if you want me to tear one out so that we can have something to compare, but usually only one person doing stats is okay. And what I'll do is at halftime, that's like the scores table. I always take this over at halftime and like reconcile because they've got somebody that's like dedicated to it.
Right.
So you can go to someone and just say, hey, reconcile. Sounding good. Let's do rebounds and free throws today.
Okay, let's do it.
All right,
Well,
Michael, we're in.
So when you and Michael do it, is he the one leading typically?
Yeah, and now that I've gotten a little bit comfortable, we go back and forth. But usually, like how it should work for us today that he did for my first time is I'll kind of lead it, and then like for the most part of the play-by-play, and then almost when there's a break, that's when you hop in.
Okay. Well,
so like so-and-so passes so-and-so, and 2 points, and that's when you're like, oh man, that was a great shot. So-and-so set up with the assist, but like I'll be the main storyline. Right.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. If you're the main storyline, then is it better for the not main story guy to do this?
If you, maybe, yeah.
I mean, I've done this before. I don't mind doing.
If you've done this before, let's give that a shot then.
Okay. And that way you can focus on leading.
That actually would be helpful. As long as I can see it to quickly be like, so-and-so has.
Well, the main thing that you want to see is the Radford points are the main thing that you're going to want to reference.
Well, and here's what I do to just help myself. When I do them small, and then at the end of the quarter, I do them big.
Yeah.
And then I add them up there too. So it's like I know that they had 4. I circle 3s, just I feel like that's helpful. Yeah.
Wait, you wish? Hold on. So this person had 2 points, and then he had 4 points at the end at halftime.
Right. So I just do 2. I just do that and then at the end of the quarter, I'm like, okay, 2, 2, 3, 2, because I just want it big to be able to see.
I knew that was justice.
Yeah. And is that Gary's son?
It's Tyrone's son.
Okay, I don't know Tyrone.
He's his older brother.
Okay.
All right, so what did he say? He said rebounds and free throws?
Yeah. And rebounds, I'm sure there's a way that you can mark it to show it. I just do like a 1.
Yeah. I could do it small down here as like hash marks.
That's fine. But I think the main thing that we missed on last time was we actually missed a ton of free throws, which in a game that went to overtime is pretty like game-changing, but we had no clue how many we missed.
Right.
And so I think he was like, it would have been nice to be like, man, Radford's only 4 of 18 on their free throws.
Right. I agree. I think we can handle that. So normally on free throws, all right, so like if this is your main score, you're doing, so you did 1, 1.
Just if they made it.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it if they miss.
Yeah, that's a good question.
A 0 beside it?
Some people do like a circle and then a filled-in circle, like a circle miss. So we could do that. As long as we know at the end the best way to like count them up.
That is the best way, yeah.
I'm going to go ask Coach Fisher real quick if he knows who's starting.
I'm going to do that right there.
Yeah, that works. That works great.
Okay.
I want to see like one of their, because I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just ordered this off Amazon just to like have something. And
this is the same thing.
Yeah, but to me, I'm like they probably mark it a little bit differently, like even assists and stuff, team rebounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say with team rebounds, you can do that if you want every time there's a rebound. But if we're doing it where you want the person to have the rebound,
filled in is made circles, missed or not. That's perfect.
Filled in.
We've got 2 viewers. Viewers, if you're here, we're so excited to have you. We are about 37 minutes away from tip-off. This is my brother, Zach. We're trying to figure out, this is our first call together. Michael Davis is working today, so we're just going through how we're going to keep stats and whatnot. So you're welcome to keep tuned in during the 4th quarter of the current game, which is North. No, that's not true. This is for yesterday.
No, that's tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
On Friday.
Look at that.
This is where we're at.
Oh, they're both on January 2nd. That's what threw me off. I didn't know it was a 2-day thing. Anyway, if you're listening, this is Fort Chiswell versus Patrick County. We'll practice a little bit of that at the end, but we'd love for you to tune back in around noon. We'll post on Facebook to let you know in case this game goes a little bit over for the Radford versus Christiansburg game. Michael Davis, this is my brother. This is my older brother, Zach. I'm 1 of 4. Zach is number 2. I'm number 3.
But I'm number 1 in my parents' heart.
That's right. That's right. As assured by both parents.
Ooh. I got to see this Fort Chiswell team play in Summer League this summer, and they're pretty good.
I didn't know they do Summer League. So that's for high school? Did Landon play in that?
Yes, they played it on the JV side. This Fort Chiswell team also played in the state championship versus Auburn in baseball.
Yeah, Fort Chiswell seems to be pretty solid. There's 3 schools in Wythe County. I think they're probably the best when it comes to sports. Actually, I don't know. George Wythe is often making it to
George Wythe just won the state basketball championship.
Not basketball.
Mm-hmm.
This year?
Yeah.
They must be 1A then.
Tony Dunford, my old coach, was their head coach.
I didn't know that. So maybe George Wythe, that might be something people would get in a heated debate in the comments about which school. And now I'm forgetting the third school. It's Fort Chiswell. It's George Wythe and Rural Retreat, which is hard to say. So, well, here's what's going to be make this hard to practice it is we don't have the rosters.
You know what we could do? We could I could do let me do practice.
Great.
Let me just go to the back.
Sure.
All right. I'm just going to write down some numbers real quick.
I love it. Friends, again, if you're joining us, we are about 37 minutes away from tip-off for Radford and Christiansburg in the Chance Harman Classic. Right now, we're watching Fort Chiswell versus Patrick County, and we just thought we'd go live. So you're warming up with us. Probably about 15 minutes from tip-off, we'll have some different things that we'll talk about to preview this game. But for the next 20, we're going to look at this Fort Chiswell team who just performed pretty well at their own invitational. They got third place. Radford, of course, the champions. If you were with us for that incredible overtime, nail-biting type game on Tuesday night, it was awesome. But Fort Chiswell did take third and looked pretty impressive doing it. Patrick County, this is the first time seeing them this year, although, Zach, I do think Radford will play them later on. It's a Patrick County team that usually we get 2 games against. And, elbow to the face. Looks to be a rebound attempt gone awry.
So this is how I've started. I just put who's in the game right now. Every time I've seen a rebound, I'm just marking it up there. So we'll just do team rebounds.
I think it'd be great. If there's a way you can denote maybe with an O through it, if it's offensive, I think that'd be a helpful thing for us to pick up on too.
I'm still wondering if that's something that's easy enough to just do down here a little tick. That might be the easiest.
I'll trust you. Whatever's.
Yeah. I'll do it at the bottom so that way we can know which player has had the right amount of rebounds.
Michael was saying at some point somebody lost 10-0, but who's keeping track? So curious as to who lost 10-0 that we were talking about. So he's saying where they lost 10-0. Maybe it was they got to the state championship game, and then he's saying that they lost.
Fort Chiswell in baseball lost 10-0 to Auburn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
Auburn's head coach, Eric Altizer, works with me, so that's how I knew that.
Look at all these connections.
And the head coach of Fort Chiswell basketball team is also the head baseball coach.
Wow. That's a 1-2 punch.
And I believe number 12 for Fort Chiswell was their ace pitcher.
And you said they did what in the postseason?
They met in the championship.
Versus Auburn.
Yeah.
Man.
And Auburn won 10-0.
Okay, and I think Eric was telling me that the ace pitcher for the team they played, did he pitch the day before because the state semis and then the final were back-to-back days?
I do not believe he pitched on Friday. They do play back-to-back. They play Friday and Saturday.
That's brutal to me.
And Friday, Auburn was down 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th, and they had to
is it a 7-inning sport or is it 9?
Yeah, 7 innings. And they ended up having to knock 2 in to advance to play Fort Chiswell.
Man, and they got it done.
They got it done.
Wow.
Eric Altizer with his 4th state championship as the head coach of Auburn baseball.
Almost catching you and your 9 fantasy football trophies in our league.
That number will never be reached by anyone else.
I was hoping this year I could cut the deficit from 7 to 6, and it just wasn't in the cards. The Monday night game of the Fort Chiswell tournament, Radford played in the semifinal, and I was set to call it. Didn't because some different family stuff that went on, but it was an 8:30 game, and the Rams game started at 8:20, so I thought I would be live watching my fantasy team lose while also commentating. Hey, friends, welcome. We've got 5 viewers right now. If you're just tuning in, just to let you know, we're about 30 minutes away from tip-off of Radford and Christiansburg at the Chance Harman. That'll start around noon. Right now, it's Fort Chiswell and Patrick County in a game. 5 minutes left in the third. Then there'll be some time in between for warm-ups, and we'll preview that game then. But for now, if you want to just watch and hear us chat, you're more than welcome. But if not, tune back in around noon, and we'll have what I think is going to be a pretty incredible game. we'll save us talking about it, but I think it's going to be a fun game.
It's going to be very exciting. This tournament's always such a great tournament each and every year, as you can see up on the wall up there that our viewers can't see, but a lot of NBA and NFL players have played in this tournament.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so let's look at those later. Let's look at those later because that'll be a fun thing to talk about when the game's going on. That's pretty incredible.
There is a list online somewhere on their website, I believe.
Well, the nice thing is they've got a QR code right here for us. Michael, you might be able to check this for me. Michael Davis, if you're listening, I think I put this QR code in our description, or this website in our description for the chanceharman.org. But that would be something really cool for us to link. And we'll invite people from Radford a couple times to donate to that, because that is an organization I think that you can donate to. And I think that'd be fun for Radford to really show up in that way as a way of thanking Floyd for putting on this tournament. Zach, one of the things that I don't understand, and Michael might know this pretty well, but the scoring system for basketball nowadays for the playoffs, if you go, let's do this, Radford High School. If you go to athletics, there you go. And if you go to the schedule, somewhere, where's basketball schedule? This isn't the one. Somewhere when I clicked on it, it showed me the points that they got for each game, because you get a certain amount of points for winning and losing. You also get more points if it's a team in a higher tier than you, if it's a 3A or 4A team. And looking at Radford, they're playing a ton of, Pulaski County's 3A. I think Christiansburg's 3A. Blacksburg might be 4A.
Blacksburg went to 4A at one point back in, I think, like 2016 when they won the state football championship. I think that was the year.
And they're still in 4A?
I believe they are still in 4A.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing, again, playing all these teams up. We also played Salem earlier in the year. That's our lone loss. I think Salem is either 3 or 4A.
Salem's a really good team.
Good for us to get tested. Here's something we might talk about later, but there's Coach Cox. I believe, and have heard rumor, and I don't think this has been confirmed to me yet, but I'm going to throw it out there, that John Marshall is no longer a part of 2A. And if that's the case, the championship window, the championship window for Radford really opens back up. And for Floyd and for all these 2A teams that had hope, but really it became a battle to see who would have the privilege to get beat by John Marshall, one of the most talented teams. And now, have that team out of it. It's going to be exciting to see who comes out of 2A. Meanwhile, for those interested, it is a 35-32 game here. I believe Fort Chiswell is in the lead. Radford's head coach is Mr. Ben Fisher.
Ben Fisher, no way.
Yeah. How do you know Ben?
I have played against Ben for several years, and we played against each other in high school, and we also played against each other in the Christiansburg Rec Men's League that not a lot of people care about, but there is a lot of talent on the Christiansburg Men's League, I guess you would say.
Well,
years ago. I'm retired now. Bad back.
You might put it this way, that not a lot of people care about it, but the people that care about it a lot. Yeah. Because I felt like it was a very, which was fun. If you're going to do something, you want to be all in on it. And I felt like everybody was all in on it in a fun way.
I did not. That is so cool that he's their head coach. Because Cormany left how many years ago?
Cormany has been
retired for 3 years.
This might be Coach Fisher's third season. It certainly is second. He certainly was there. And last year we had the court named after Coach Cormany. It's Coach Cormany Court at Radford, which is pretty cool. Just like right here, I can't see whose court that is for Floyd, but we've got that at the Radford court. And Coach Cormany is still around a good bit, which is fun. Ben Fisher, of course, of the Cormany coaching tree.
Yep.
And from what I've heard, Coach Fisher really runs practice and takes a very similar approach to Coach Cormany.
What hustle right there.
Yeah, that was a great play. Wide open all the way down.
Very tight matchup right here.
It's a tie ball game, 37-37, 2:18 left. All right, well, let's give it a call. Friends, if you're joining us, don't be fooled. This is not Radford versus Christiansburg. That'll happen in about 30 or so minutes. Right now, this is Patrick County versus Fort Chiswell and a tie ball game in the first game of the Chance Harman Classic. Number 11.
Very competitive opening game to have.
Which is fun. I wonder if we look down at each of these matchups, what the expectation is for each game. And when you look at these, Zach, you've got people coming from, you've got Spotswood here, Miller School versus Davidson Day, North Carolina. You've got people coming from, you've got your Glenvers and your Cave Springs from Roanoke. You got folks from Graham tomorrow. Lots of places I don't know. Bishop McGuinness.
Never heard of Bishop McGuinness.
If you're a Bishop McGuinness fan tuning in, please let us know. We would love to hear where you're at.
They are not a Bishop Sycamore school.
Okay, here's and thank you to Eric Holmes. This is why the chat is so helpful. John Marshall is still 2A, but Coach Ty Woot, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Most of the players, including Littell Allman, went to Petersburg. There you go. So I wonder if Petersburg is 2A or if that's now something different. Either way, I would say I'm relieved that maybe some of the juice is out of 2A. Now, you don't want all of it out. You want to have competition. You want it to be an accomplishment to win. But I've got to say I'm relieved. Ty White. No worries, Eric Holmes. And Eric, thanks for listening.
It's very helpful to have that in the chat.
It is. I think this will be a lifesaver. Zach and I, this is our first time calling together. So we're new to this. Not new to each other. We're brothers. So we've known each other for 36 years now. But first time calling games. We've talked a lot of trash about games. We've watched games together, but first time giving this a go. And it's fun, Zach. One of the things you realize is how little you know, because as you go to commentate, you're like, wait, do I just say that? Or is that actually true? Because everything you say, you want to be true. You don't want to mislead, but who knows?
It'll be very interesting if we are connected to NHFS stream, because people will be able to listen and watch at the same time.
That's true. And I believe that's going to be a question for a guy that was over there that is no longer over there. So we'll see if we can get NFHS. As many of our longtime viewers know, we're actually not able to show the court in a gym that has NFHS access. And so you'll just have our faces the whole time. But you can listen just like the radio if you don't want our ugly mugs.
I have someone interested in the stream. Where is the link that I can share out?
Oh, is that a great question? You can go to Bobcat Sports Live, or what I can do is send it to you.
Yes, that would be great.
You can put it out. You can put it on your Facebook if you want to.
I am not a Bobcat, and I'm not even a Bobcat today. I'm a Demon today. This will be a very interesting call.
Yeah, it's fun to have one on each side, so we hopefully will not be antagonistic towards either team. Let's send this over to you.
I'm very excited about the matchup at 12.
We got to send this to our family group chat.
Yes, go ahead and send that. Yeah, you don't even need to send it to me. Just put it in the family group chat. Since today has a lot on the line of which child will be the new number one.
Speaking of children, where's your child?
So he is actually going to the rec center to play basketball. Last night he wanted to call the game with us, and instead he is going to the rec center to hone his skills to hopefully play in this tournament in the next few years. He is a freshman on the JV basketball team for Christiansburg.
That's right. That's Landon Nagel to look out for. My nephew, Zach's son, was maybe going to help us on the call, but I love instead that he's locking in. He's preparing, just like you said, for this next year. Meanwhile, if you're here for the Fort Chiswell Patrick County game, it is still a 2-point game, 11 seconds left in the third. Bit of a barn burner shaping up for game one of the Chance Harman Classic. Ball's going to be out of bounds. Now it's back to Patrick County.
Number 2 checking in. The 2 school for Patrick County.
Eric Holmes is saying his son plays for Radford. I think that's Jeremiah Holmes. And he and his wife both graduated from Christiansburg. Eric, both my brother and I graduated from Christiansburg. So a lot of Christiansburg connection to this broadcast.
It's the end of the quarter. It is 39-37. We should know which team is the visitor and which team is considered home, but we do not.
Oh. Yeah, you think that's pretty pivotal. That's something we're going to learn, and that's something that we'll certainly know for the Radford Christiansburg game. 8 minutes on the clock for the final quarter. Both Radford and Christiansburg have descended into the bowels of Floyd County High School to prepare. We'll see them probably 10 minutes before tip-off. Jim's starting to fill up here, which is fun.
Good. How you doing? Calling the game today. First time ever.
Lots of friendly faces in the crowd here. A buzz starting in the gym. You know, you wonder what their marquee matchup is. Maybe that's what they're saving for tonight. Maybe that's Glenver and Graham. Maybe that's Blue Ridge School versus Green Level, North Carolina. A lot of North Carolina schools coming up for this. And I keep calling it a tournament. I think it's just the Chance Harman Classic because there is no tournament aspect here.
Correct.
Fort Chiswell, that was a tournament.
This is a showcase classic.
Oh, I like that.
There's a lot of talent that comes here every year.
Am I right that Oak Hill came here for a number of years? That this is one that they participated in?
Correct. Oak Hill, I believe, was when Andrew Wiggins was on that team.
Wow.
That was a couple of years after I played.
And he's Canadian. Does that mean that he
was born in
back
Canada,
down?
but he I don't know when he came over to the States.
You know, we got Gigi Dog 123 here saying that Auburn versus Cave is the game of the day. Gigi Dog is also what you were commenting from last night. Is that Landon letting us know?
Ooh, that could.
Maybe Mary has an opinion on this. I'm not sure.
I believe Mary is on this stream.
Okay.
Mary or Landon or Zoe, someone in my family and our family is on watching.
And I appreciate that they have, you know, that they're really feeling strongly about the play of the day. So
when
we're
is
going to
that
find
Auburn
out.
game?
Wiggins was on the team then. Standing room only. They had to kick people out, and I believe that. That's one of the fun things about a tournament like this in a small gym. When you have big players coming that you know are going to go D1 or be NBA players one day, you know that people are going to come from all around and pack it out. And I would be curious as to how many people that could actually fit here.
I believe underneath the Buffalo on the wall over there, there is a maximum capacity number posted.
And I bet they let that thing get doubled before they start kicking people out.
Don't say that too loud. The fire chief is right over there.
No, and he's listening to us. I'll bet you anything. A loyal listener. Meanwhile, speaking of loyal listeners, Doug Knipe has entered the building. Doug, I bet, will be listening shortly and offering us insight. One of our top commenters, helping us keep us between the lines.
Doug is here or in the actual building?
In the actual building. He's right across. He's exactly caddy corner to us. Doug has been on the call a couple times with Michael. Doug is here probably filming or taking pictures. His wife also takes pictures. They had two boys, both Bobcat alumni, both varsity basketball players. Man, one of them won a title. I want to say one basketball title and one football. Max Knipe, I believe, won the football title in 23, had an absolutely incredible season. There was the receiver. Came close, if not broke the record for receiving yards in a season. Landon Clark, the quarterback then, obviously one of the all-time Radford greats. Landon Clark, I wonder, and somebody let me know in the chat. Landon Clark played for Elon this year. Fantastic year at Elon. I wondered if that type of season would gain some interest from some other teams, and maybe he would hit the transfer portal. Who knows?
Ooh. It is now a tie ball game with 5:59 to go in the fourth quarter.
Just to note, that tie ball game is not Radford, not yet anyway. It's Fort Chiswell versus Patrick County. Game one of the day, a 10:30 tip. Probably the earliest game that they'll play all year, you'd have to imagine. Patrick County inbounds it to 12, takes a step back. Finds his man in the corner, but that ball is going to be tipped out on Fort Chiswell. Patrick County will retain possession.
Fort Chiswell sitting back in a zone. Actually, they switched to man.
Nice little move, 15. Step back, lays it in. That's an easy two for Patrick County. 41-39. Patrick County lead, 5:44 to go on the clock, fourth period.
Number 15 has been so tough for Patrick County. He has gotten so many tough baskets down low.
Now, Zach, here's something that's going to be a little bit tricky. Oh, and a bank in by number 4 for Fort Chiswell ties the ball game.
41 apiece.
We're not going to get to see fouls there. We're going to have to check our homework behind us up there. So That's going to be a little bit tricky. It's always helpful to look up there and make sure that we've got the fouls right in here.
I will make sure to keep the fouls.
Fouls last game, not really a problem for Radford. Pulaski ran into a little bit of trouble. They had one of their best defenders with 4 fouls. And as it went into overtime, he never fouled out, if I'm not mistaken, but got darn close.
Number 15 for Patrick County with another tough and 1 bucket. Going to the free throw line right now.
Yeah, he's fighting hard. Probably the tallest player on the court. Maybe number 12 for Fort Chiswell.
He's 43-41 as he goes to the line.
Not a significant height difference between these two teams. 15 lines it up for the and 1. Hits it. 3-point game, 5:11 left. Full court press by Patrick. Fort looks to break it, and they do. Now they've got a 2-on-1. Let's see if they can take advantage. No, they're going to pull it back out before dumping it in. Number 12 takes it up. Hard-fought shot, misses. Defensive rebound goes to Patrick County. Number 15 has it at point. Tallest player for Patrick County potentially, and will bring it up on occasion. He gets set back in the middle.
A couple of big kids.
15 drives it in, got 2 guys on him, up and under. Good look, but didn't quite get it. Should say tough luck. Maybe not a good look, but a tough look. Meanwhile, Fort Chiswell drives it all the way down. That's number 4 again with the easy layup. Bring it within 1.
Pulls it to a 1-point game, 44-43. Patrick County still leads.
Looks like both teams are full court pressing now. Fort Chiswell, well done. Fort Chiswell forced a turnover off the Patrick County player's foot, rolls out of bounds. Tried to dive to keep it back in, was unable to. 44-43 remains the score.
With 4:26 left.
You know,
side out of bounds for Fort Chiswell.
Something I thought about doing, Zach, and Michael, I'm going to send you that right now. Something I thought about doing was putting in like a whiteboard behind us so you could like do the score. So if they're just watching this, they could see the score. But I'm sure there's a way on YouTube to do like a little score bug right there that you could just type in. But
that would be the way to go.
I don't know what that is.
Number 0 for Fort Chiswell fouled, going to the line for 2 shots.
This is the event program. I'm going to send this to Michael. It's just chanceharman.org.
He makes the first one to tie the ball game. Number 3 checking back in for Fort Chiswell. Number 10 going to the bench. Let's see if they can get the lead right here with 4:21 left. Quiet Jim, and he makes it.
It is a quiet gym. For how many people are in here right now, they really let him shoot in silence.
Fort Chiswell leads 45-44 with 4:19. Patrick County throwing the ball in. Fort Chiswell pressing. Dangerous pass. They get it down. And Fort Chiswell gets back and knocks it out. Almost a free layup right there.
You know what his play reminds me of? There was this kid, I mean, this is forever ago, a guy named Greg Yashevsky. And just the way he plays, very Yashevsky-like.
Number 12 to put Patrick County back up. It is Patrick County. These are 2 schools we are not familiar with, so we're getting a good warm-up here calling this 4th quarter.
If you're waiting on the Radford game, it's 3:54 to go. Oh, yeah. Travel by Fort Chiswell. Those are the moments I try and say just the team instead of the player to not, really call out the player. Maybe Patrick County ball looking to add to this lead.
A very animated coach for Fort Chiswell. You got to love the passion. Both coaches, actually.
Yeah, this game means a lot to them. This is a time of year that you got to bring some extra fire to it. Teams are on winter break, which is make or break. Sometimes that means you've got all kinds of fans in the stands because there's not school. Other times it means it's crickets because nobody's really paying attention to when school events are. But if the Fort Chiswell tournament told us anything, it's that people are going to show up. It was, of course, Radford versus Pulaski County in the championship. Both schools had tons of fans. I mean, it was packed to the gills in there. Michael and I, Zach, I want you to picture this. The top of the stands, we had a table set up on milk crates because that was where they had us. We ran an extension cord up there. We couldn't really get in or get out, and so once we were in there for the game. And by the end, people were so excited. Everybody's standing up. Well, then we can't see. So we have to stand with our headsets on, trying to make sure we're not knocking all this stuff for the last little bit of overtime in regulation. Luckily, it was a Bobcats victory, so we came away happy. But, what a time to be alive. Patrick County, meanwhile, inbound. Fort Chiswell tips it away again. Number 4, feisty for Fort Chiswell. Playing good defense, anticipating where the ball is going to go, but can't make it a turnover. Just disrupts that Patrick County offense.
And number 12 checks back in for Fort Chiswell. He is their tallest player, probably one of their better players.
Number 4 again disrupts it, but
good.
Patrick County ends up breaking it. 15 dishes to 21. 21 with the easy layup to take a 3-point lead.
Great pass by number 15 for Patrick County.
Yeah, he's showing up all over the court, making buckets, getting big assists. Solid defense. Fort Chiswell looking to answer down 3 with 3 minutes left. They're getting a little bit nervous, if I had to guess. Number 12 takes it in, but no, kicks it out to number 3. Number 3 drives around, looks for number 4. Number 4 from deep, step back, can't get it to go.
Good rebound by Fort Chiswell.
Offensive rebound, number 10 puts it back up, misses. Number 3 gets another offensive rebound, misses, and then hits the back of the backboard in a shot attempt as he was falling away. Couldn't get a good look, and it's going to be a turnover. Patrick County's going to get the ball. 3-point lead, 3 minutes left. Zach, who do you like in this one?
I feel that Patrick County has players that they can really count on to get buckets, as they've shown time and time again. I believe that they have the edge right now. And they're winning, so that's not a hot take.
I think you're right. My goodness, number 12 had a wide open man on the 3-point line. He trusted himself, took it all the way in, and an easy 2. 50-45, 2:35 left in this ball game. Fort Chiswell needs an answer on offense.
They've got to score right here.
A little dump down. Oh, my goodness. Number 12
in and out.
Puts it up. Can't quite get it to fall. Patrick County, number 15, again with the rebound. He's done a lot this game. Dribbles it off his foot, but then no. Tips it back out. 24 for 3. 24 can't quite connect. Scramble for the rebound. Ball's going to go out of bounds, but Fort Chiswell is going to get it. Coach for Patrick County does not like it. I don't know if I do either. I think that actually was off of Fort Chiswell.
You're going to get some heat for that take right there. Fort Chiswell is in the comments right now. Oh, 44 minutes down already. Who is GG Dog talking to?
Yeah, GG Dog 123. Patrick County is in Stewart, Virginia. It's helpful to have people in the comments that are just, again, giving us some information, give us some things to talk about. Maybe they're stoking the conversational fire, and GG Dog 123, you're a part of that. Michael Davis asking if Angel Reese plays for FC for Fort Chiswell. Angel Reese. I see his comments too late, Michael. I know that's clever. I don't know how yet.
I'm assuming someone shoots and misses, and that is his reference in that.
There was a lot of those me-bounds, as people have called them before. Friends, if you're just joining us, we are live. It's a little bit early. It's 1:59 left in the first game of the day, which is Fort Chiswell versus Patrick County. If you're looking for Radford and Christiansburg, that is the game that will come right after. So this game probably done in the next 10 minutes, unless it goes to overtime, which it could. It's a 3-point ball game with 2 minutes left, but then there's 10 or 15 minutes that they'll allow for warm-ups, and then we'll get into the Radford and Christiansburg game, which if I'm the organizer of this Chance Harman Classic, I probably want games to not go into overtime because they have a full day. They've got a game at noon, 1:30, 3, 4:30, 6, 7:30, and 8:30. So, yeah, one game going a little bit long really throws off the whole game.
I did not realize that there is games on that's the JV. That they play at 3:30 at the old gym. So there's actually 2 sets of games going on here.
Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool to be able to have all of it. Meanwhile, in this game, Patrick County, tries to throw it ahead to 15. He would have had an open look instead, overthrows him by just a bit. Unable to corral. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Fort Chiswell with a chance to tie it up. One possession game.
A typical high school game has 20 minutes in between games for warm-ups. During this tournament, I'm wondering what that will actually be. I would assume it might be a little bit less.
Ooh. Meanwhile, Fort Chiswell bounce pass, had an open teammate, just couldn't quite connect. Bounce pass goes too far out of bounds. Patrick County's going to get the ball up 3, minute 36 left.
And that was a Floyd alum, Nicole Epperly, who just caught that ball out of bounds.
Look at that.
She has sons that play for Christiansburg on the JV and the varsity.
Michael Davis alerting me to the fact that we have another Nagel brother in the chat. That is Cam Nagel, giving himself away by being Cam Nagel 6065. If there was any doubt of who it was, commenting that another set of brothers could do better. Probably a reference to last year when me and Cam called a game together. I forget that game. Maybe it was the Christiansburg game.
It was so forgettable because he was on the call. So this one will be much more polished.
We're going to see if we can outlast it. Meanwhile, Patrick County gets a steal, throws it up, can't quite get it, but that's an offensive rebound. Meanwhile, we've got a Patrick County player down, scrum for the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball, but number 24 for Patrick County on the ground in some pain. Players go around. 15's calling for the trainer.
His ankle or knee did not look good when he went down.
I'm going to lower my voice because we are right on the corner of the court, about 10 feet away from this player. Trainer's called over, coach is called over. Both teams going back to have a discussion. Meanwhile, the game is still a 3-point game, a minute 11. Trainer's called for again, so this looks to be a little bit more serious. Could have been a hit of the head, too. Crowd has gotten to a dull roar. Meanwhile, a minute 11 left in this game.
And I was watching the player. I did not see what happened on the play.
On the play, I think it was a pretty clean play. He was going towards the basket, but by the time he gathered the ball, he was right underneath the basket, so kind of made an awkward attempt to throw it back up into a layup, which resulted in it going off the rim into his teammate. His teammate got it, and then, again, they ended up tying up the ball for a jump ball. Possession looks like it's going to stay here with Patrick County. It does look to be an ankle injury for number 24. He's toughing out, though. He's not. He's going to get up on this one. Coach helps him up. Able to walk off under his own power there. Crowd gives him a round of applause. We will, too. Meanwhile, if you're joining in for the Radford Christiansburg game, it is a minute 11 left in this Fort Chiswell Patrick County game that's turned into, I shouldn't even say turned into, it's been a close ball game the whole time. I think that 5 might be the most that either team is led by. Patrick County currently up 3, inbounding the ball under their own basket without the help of number 24.
Fort Chiswell with only 1 foul. They're nowhere near the bonus right now, so this will be an interesting finish.
Bounce pass in. A foul is going to be called. Fort Chiswell looks to say something. The ref thinks better of it and backs off. Well thought through, number 10.
I believe it was a tip ball, not a foul.
Oh, is that what it was? You're right. Patrick County does get it inbound this time. Good defense by Fort Chiswell. It looks like they're going to throw it away, and they do. Oh, but they're going to say it was off of Fort Chiswell. Everybody's confused, especially number 4 for Chiswell. It was good defense, but that's the call. Patrick County, meanwhile, going to inbound it again.
Number 0 for Fort Chiswell does not seem to like the call.
I don't know if I do either. No matter. Patrick County ball, minute left, 3-point lead. 12 looks to drive in, 4 playing incredible defense. They jump it down to number 3. He has a good look, hesitates, puts it up and in. Good basket there, 5-point lead. Fort Chiswell needs to go, and they do. Throws it down to number 10. Ooh. 10 tries to put it up, misses, but it looks like a foul is going to be called.
It's not what you want for Patrick County to foul and have a chance to score with no time coming off the clock.
That's exactly right. Now, this is going to be because they have 5 fouls. Do you know the new rules for high school basketball when it comes to fouls?
Of course I do. I'm hoping that you can explain to our viewers.
Well, let me explain to them, because Michael Davis had to explain this to me, where it used to be fouls were kept over the course of the half, and once you got to 7, you automatically went to the single bonus of a 1-and-1, and once you got to 10 fouls, it was the double bonus of 2 shots. Now they do it by quarter. So there is no longer a single bonus. Single bonus is done for. It's only the double bonus, which happens once you've had 5 fouls in a quarter, and it resets every quarter. Meanwhile, number 10 does hit the first of his 2 free throws, pulling it within 4, 48 seconds left. Fort Chiswell trailing right now to Patrick County.
I believe Michael had a great idea to try to have rebounds. We are going to see if I can keep up with the rebounds.
This is going to be a great challenge. Meanwhile, Fort Chiswell does hit the second of 2 free throws, bringing it within 3. Great defense, but a foul is going to be called instead of a tie-up.
That was
0 frustrated, not at the ref, just at, well, maybe at the ref, at least at the call.
He was frustrated at the call. I believe he tied that ball up before there was a foul there. But it's a hard angle for the referee. Referees have such a tough job. No matter what, they're wrong by half. No matter what they do, half the people are either for or against, whatever their call is.
That's exactly right. Meanwhile, a wild call. Patrick County throws it into the backcourt, trying to corral it. Instead, a Fort Chiswell player smacks the ball off of a Patrick County player, off his knee. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a Fort Chiswell turnover. Fort Chiswell down 3 with the ball, 37 seconds left. This is when it gets fun. Number 4 is going to take it from the parking lot. Misses. It's an air ball, but a rebound. 10 goes down hard, but battle for the rebound. There's going to be a foul called on number 0. Man, 15, probably their best foul shooter, but I don't think that's yet in the bonus. I think they have fouls to give. They do. That's the 3rd foul. So they're going to have to inbound it again. Up 3, 26 left.
And in comes 24, hobbled.
Wow, he's back in, though.
He's hobbling in. He must be who they trust to pass the ball in.
Interesting
he does not
call.
look very mobile right now.
Not at all in a game like this where you're going to have to be scrambling.
He does get the ball in.
Good play. 15 toss to the head to number 2. Easy layup, but he misses it long. Number 0 is going to get his 3rd foul in about 30 seconds, but he had to. Patrick County got the offensive rebound, looked to put it back up. He said, I've got to swat it. I got to send it away in hopes that number 2, who's going to be taking the foul shots, will miss.
Number 21 will be taking the foul shots.
Oh, my goodness. They were back and forth. All discombobulated. Either way.
Either word, I would not know.
Oh, my goodness. 12:01, friends, if you're joining us for the Radford Christiansburg game. I'm going to be a little bit late on that.
A banked-in free throw. They count the same.
19 seconds left in the previous game. And then we're going to have warm-up, so probably about 20 minutes away from that Radford tip, but we'll let you know when that's going to be. Meanwhile, Patrick County is going to hit. No, they're going to miss the second. So it's a 4-point game. Fort Chiswell have to go. Patrick County playing good defense. They bounce it back out. Number 3's got an open look. Can't hit it for 3. There's going to be a rebound. 9 seconds left. Ball's going to be out of bounds on Patrick County.
Interesting.
Okay. 8.4 left. Still down 4. Need a quick 3. Ben Fisher looks on as Radford's team looks to take the court for warm-ups.
And the 3-point attempt was blocked by Patrick County. Out of bounds on Patrick County. It will be Fort Chiswell's ball with 6.1 seconds left.
And a timeout being called. I imagine if you're Patrick County, your coach is just saying, don't touch anybody. The 4-point play, the only thing that can keep them in.
The bonus rule that you were talking about, how many fouls is it per quarter?
5. At your 5th foul, you go into 2 shots.
Because the scoreboard shows both teams are in the double bonus. One team has 4 fouls, one team has 5. But that would make sense that they're in the double bonus going forward.
Now, do you foul if you're Patrick County just to not even give a chance at a 4-point play or at a 3?
I believe in high school basketball, I would let them shoot the ball. I would not foul them. I would not jump to try to block it, because if you do and you foul them and they make it, they're going to the line to tie the game. I believe I would make them beat me by hitting the 3, and I would trust in my team to make the free throws.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do. I think you're probably right. And as a Virginia Tech fan, this makes me flash back to the Tech UVA game just a few days ago and that unbelievable ending where if you're Virginia Tech, you think you have it won. We'll talk about that later. Meanwhile, Fort Chiswell's going to throw it in and overthrow, but they corral it back. 5 seconds left. They got to do it. He launches a 3 from the parking lot, misses, air ball. That's going to be the ball game. Maybe they thought it was going to be out with 0.2 left. It would not have mattered. Your winner is Patrick County, 53-49 in Game 1 of the Chance Harman Classic. Wow. What a ball game.
That was a great ball game.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to find out how much time is left. We've got 15 that just got put on the clock. That's going to be that time for warm-up for Radford versus Christiansburg. And so if you're just joining us, welcome to the pregame. We're really excited to have you. If you're wondering why this game is at noon, this is the Chance Harman Classic, one of about, 15 games, I'd say, on the docket between the next 2 days here in Floyd County, Virginia. I do think it showed up on Radford's schedule as a home game, but it is not a home game. We're in enemy territory. The Buffalo is one of our fiercest rivals. So I'm curious as to if this will be a pro-Christiansburg crowd. You can see some Radford families coming in that I know. Zach, do you see some Christiansburg fans in the crowd?
I definitely see some. They're starting to file in. The first time I got to see Christiansburg this season was in this gym versus Floyd in a scrimmage game.
Zach, if I'm not mistaken, you're probably our leading expert when it comes to Christiansburg High School athletics. Speaking of Christiansburg High School athletics, Zach, whose hand did you just shake?
I just shook the hand of the AD, Mr. Mike Hunter. He used to be assistant coach for the JV basketball team when I played.
Now, Zach, I saw him slip $20 into your hands. What was that about?
Well, he slipped 20 because I accidentally over-tipped the referees before this game started because Christiansburg is the team I'm cheering for. Radford is the team that you were cheering for.
Well,
you brought an enemy onto the call today.
I really did, and now I tricked that enemy into admitting the corrupt bribery that was admitted to on camera, being recorded. All 18 of our viewers, they heard it. They're witnesses.
I actually tipped it in Radford's favor, so that way, in case we lose, I can blame the corruption.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, let's get into some pregame stuff. I'm going to give you some little background on this Radford team coming in with a 5-1 record. That one loss was game number 1 of the season to Salem. I keep harping on this because I do think it's important. That Salem team, it was their 3rd game of the season. I would love to get to play that Salem team again just to see where we stack up against them now. But a game that wasn't really, I would say, super competitive. Salem won it clearly. And then Radford kind of got our feet under us. They had that barn burner against Auburn. If you have NFHS, it is worthwhile to go back and watch the last 5 minutes of that game to see how much fight these Bobcats have. One thing I love about them, one reason they have so much fight, they can go 10, 11 players deep. They have so many fresh legs they can bring off the bench. And so at the end of that Radford game, and then also we saw at the end of the Pulaski County game on Tuesday, you just had players who were fresher, which when your team only has 5 or 6 players that they can play, as Pulaski County showed, they relied mainly on their 5 starters. By the end of the game, they were dog-tired, especially a game that went in overtime, and especially its 3rd game in 4 days. Pretty wild. And when you look at other wins, they had a big win against Blacksburg, a 28-point victory over Blacksburg, which I believe is their next opponent. I think we are at Blacksburg on Wednesday night, so we'll see if we can, again, trounce the Bruins. And then the tournament, the Fort Chiswell tournament. Game 1 was an 88-17 win over Bland County. Dominant showing by the Bobcats. Then game 2 was much closer, a 71-58 win against Narrows. And then the closest, by far, Pulaski County in the championship game. Whole game, it was a nail-biter. If you were with us, we apologize profusely because we were relying on Michael Davis's internet. Fort Chiswell, not known for their internet power. So by the end of the game, it goes into overtime. We had the most listeners that we've ever had concurrently, which was so fun. And then the stream gets cut. We tried to get it back on. We tried to comment in the comments to let people know, and then we kind of got it back on. In the end, Radford did win in overtime, a 64-63 margin of victory. That game came down to a couple free throws at the end. Jaden Hendricks was fouled. I believe it was Jaden. And he missed the first one, and he missed the second one, which was smart. It gave them only 3 seconds to launch a full quarter. That full quarter did not go in, luckily for the Bobcats, and they came out as the champions. Now today, the next game, the next non-home game, the next neutral site game here at Floyd County High School versus Christiansburg. So that's the Bobcats. Zach, what do we know about this Christiansburg team coming in?
There's a very interesting development that I just am being made aware of.
Okay.
I'm looking down as Christiansburg is warming up, and their starting center, Garrett Overbay, is in street clothes.
Wow.
He is their 6'7" center that is one of their top players. So not sure if he got injured in practice or the last game they played, they beat Franklin County at Franklin County in a very close matchup. He was very pivotal in that matchup. I believe he had 24 points in that game. Very interesting to know that. Christiansburg comes in with a 5-2 record. They beat Abington twice. They beat Franklin County. They lost to Patrick Henry in a very close game. One of the things that's very interesting about this Christiansburg team, they have 4 seniors, 1 junior, and 7 sophomores on this team. So they're a very young team. And sometimes with young teams, you have to learn with experience to know how to close out games. You have to learn with experience how to finish off your opponent. And that's one thing that I've seen growth with from the first game that I saw them here, the scrimmage game versus Floyd. Floyd won by about 20 points. There were certain players that I have seen. Brayson Hutchinson is someone that has grown immensely since the start of the season, and we're only 7 games in. He's had 24 and 28, I believe, the last 2 games. Been very impressive with his play.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. That is a bummer of a development with Overbay in street clothes. He's not in a boot. He's not on crutches, so maybe it's just a 1 or 2 game injury. But, when you have a game like this, a team that you won't see in the playoffs, it's really fun to get to see where you would stack up against them. So who would you guess? The starters will, of course, be announced in about 8 minutes when they'll do introductions, but who would you guess is going to fill in for Overbay today for Christiansburg?
I believe that his twin brother is already a starter, but I believe he'll kind of slide down in the lineup to probably play center for them, if not Mason King. And I believe Max Bush will probably be the starter that steps in. He's more of a shooting guard. I believe he will probably be the starter. And it looks like they are getting Colton Epperly back. He has actually missed a couple of games. He's been in a boot. I believe he had a calf strain. And he's missed probably the last 3 to 4 games. So that's a positive sign for Christiansburg as he just hits a 3 in warm-ups.
Speaking of injuries, when you look over at Radford, Holmes is in street clothes. I think Eric Holmes might let us know if that's an injury or if that's just out for the day. Meanwhile, Austin Nicely, who's been injured all season, been in a boot for a good portion of the season, is back in and doing warm-ups. Now, to be fair, he was also in warm-ups for the Pulaski County game, but did not play. They might just be working him back slowly, but I'm hoping he'll be a go for today against Christiansburg.
This Christiansburg team will be interesting for a few years, being as young as they are, having 7 sophomores on this team. You have Kason Epperly. You have Dutch Coleman, who's an 8th grader. That I believe is a very, very promising young player. Coming up, there's going to be a lot of players that are going to be very good and very talented on this Christiansburg team for the next couple of years.
Yeah, and you're never excited for an injury, but that's the one upside is you get to see who else you have. You get to see some depth. You have to put some players in the starting positions that maybe wouldn't be otherwise and get to say, hey, that kid's a sophomore, but that kid's the future. So we'll see that. This Bobcat team is I wouldn't say a senior-dominated team, but a lot of seniors. Meanwhile, Blake Farmer, one of those in warm-ups, just drills a 3 right after him. Jaden Hendricks takes a 3, also a senior. So there's a lot of seniors. Ashton Taylor's a senior. Garland Lard, Austin Nicely. There's a lot of seniors on this team. So we're going to see if that experience can show out.
I'm interested in this matchup today with Garrett being out. The style of play will be different for Christiansburg. The one, position they have not a lot of depth in is that center position. I think Mason King is very capable. He's a little bit more undersized if you're going to consider him a center. So it'll be a lot of, stretching the floor, a lot more guard-heavy play, and that will be interesting versus this Radford team who looks like it has a little bit of size to them.
Yeah, they got some size, and we're going to see if they play him. David Apple, one of the biggest on the team right now, taking a 3. Let's see if he drills it in warm-ups. Not yet, but one of our youngest players, but one of our tallest players, too. He's somebody that we've gotten to see some action in earlier in the season, but didn't play, I don't think, at all during the Pulaski County game. Coach chose to give that hostile game over to his seniors for the most part, at least when it comes to big men. So we'll see if David gets in the game today. But, yeah, size in this one might go advantage Radford.
5 minutes left until tip-off, and Radford runs to the locker room. Christiansburg still getting some shots up here in warm-ups.
Something I like about both these teams, they're both in the Chance Harman T-shirts. Now, maybe that's all teams that are here today, but I just like the idea of both teams collectively coming around something bigger than themselves. So in matchups like this, you do remember it's just a game and that there are bigger things. And so cool for a community like Floyd to be able to support such a great cause and for us to have a lot of teams involved in it. Maybe a lot of teams that don't know what the cause is about. So that's something we'll certainly talk about today. But I believe Michael Davis is also posting a link to chanceharman.org They can tell you all about why this tournament is, why there's so many teams coming up from so many different places to support such a great cause. And if, as Bobcat fans and as Blue Demon fans, we're inviting you guys to take part in that too. It would be really meaningful for us to show up as Bobcats to make some donations to a great organization in order to support this cause.
What is very interesting, Bobcats Live or Sports Live just posted without Overbay, Christiansburg -2.5. So that is very interesting. Is that Michael that posts that?
So this is Michael right here. GG Dog 123 is still a mystery poster. We actually don't know who that is. We thought it was Zach's name, maybe not. People asking for a spread on the game. Zach is an average sports gambler and has bet thousands on this game at hand. That's why he's passing money off to referees. All of that, of course, is a joke. That's jokes that we can make on Bobcat Sports Live. Probably not a joke we can make on NFHS. Zach, I'm looking out here. I'm seeing some coaches. You've got unique connections to both coaches for these two teams. Tell us about that.
So Kevin Cox is someone I've played against for years in the Christiansburg Men's League. He was on the state championship team in 2012 for Christiansburg. I know him quite well. The coach for Radford, Ben Fisher, is someone I also played against in those same Christiansburg rec leagues. And in high school, I can't remember what year he was. I feel like he was he, do you know what year he graduated? 03,
Ben Fisher?
02?
I know he's a Radford alum, but I've got no clue.
Okay. I'm pretty sure
his kids and my kids are the same age, and so maybe, he's in his 30s, I would guess.
Because when we used to play Radford, it was always a tough matchup. We played them with Darius Nichols and Terrell Dobbins. They were, I believe, 2 in the state. We played them. We split with them. Every time you played Radford, it was never an easy matchup. Just like today, Christiansburg will find out. It will, no matter what, this will be a very tight, contested game. And this is interesting, right? Christiansburg did not go in. They've stayed out warming up this entire time. And here comes Radford out.
Come on out, Radford. Meanwhile, there are some fun things happening in the comments right now. Chris Cromer talked about, is that the announcer that got dunked on by Josh Smith from Oak Hill? And Eric Holmes says, I remember Josh Smith playing against Christiansburg. That was insane, crazy good team. Josh was jumping out the gym. That is indeed true, Eric Holmes. Zach, do you have any unique perspective on that Oak Hill versus Christiansburg game?
A very unique perspective. I played in that game. We only had 7 varsity players because our team was still in the football playoffs.
Oh, no.
So we had to bring up some JV kids.
Against Oak Hill?
Against Oak Hill.
Oh, my gosh.
We played against Josh Smith, who won the dunk contest and played in the NBA, I believe it was 13 years. Rajon Rondo, NBA two-time NBA champion, was on that team. Ty Lawson, another NBA player on that team.
That's
so right
UNC,
there,
he went to UNC, right?
Yep, and he won a national championship at UNC. So you have 3 guys right there going against a hometown engraver. So I would believe that he should be able to dunk on me. So I'm not sure if in the comments that was meant to be negative from. What is this guy's name?
Oh, it looks like it was Chris Cromer. Zach, now, you were a coach back in the day. Tell me about this Chris Cromer. I think he was one of your former pupils.
Yes, I used to coach Christiansburg right after I got out, and Chris Cromer was on the team. He paid his way to get on the team.
Paid his way. Lots of allegations being thrown around. Meanwhile, 30 seconds on the clock. Both teams are going to go take their seat on the benches, and I'm going to bring you your starters. Actually, there's going to be a special presentation at the middle court. We're going to see what this is about. We're going to go quiet for a few minutes to allow this gentleman to present, and then we'll be back with your starters in a few minutes.
This is the head coach of Floyd presenting plaques.
Zach, where do you think this coach got those plaques?
It's very interesting. Those look like donated plaques from a local company.
Donated. It's good to know that local company is willing to sponsor different things. Meanwhile, your broadcast sponsored by Elite AC. We'll talk more about them when I don't have to whisper. This is an ASMR broadcast. What is that?
No one is forcing you to whisper or me.
I'm just scared that. Okay, here we go. We've got starting lineups. Blue Demons for Christiansburg. Zach, actually, why don't you call the Christiansburg Blue Demons starters?
So Brayson Hutchinson is starting. He is the guy that I've been telling you that's been coming on. Mason King and Walker Overbay, Max Bush, just like I thought, and then Evan Custis.
There you go. It looks like Radford's going to be the home team. They're getting a little bit of music being played during this. Number 1, Kamani Kimbrough. Kimbrough only with 1 point the other night. He's made such an impact on defense. Number 5 is going to start. That's Blake Farmer. You've got number 10, Jake Hendricks. 13, Pace Prelo coming out, and rounding out for the Bobcats, number 20, Brandon Ray. If you were listening to our last broadcast, you might remember Pace Prelo putting up 17. I believe that's true. I never got to look back at the official scores because if you remember that game at the end, we were standing on the bleachers, not being able to see, but so pumped for the win of that game. I do believe it was 17 points for Pace Prelo, which was a career high. Meanwhile, speaking of career highs, Jaden Hendricks, 25 points 2 games ago against Narrows. That was a career high for Jaden. Jaden then was quiet in the first half, sat on the bench for a good bit of it, but then came alive in that second half for the Bobcats. One of the main reasons that team won. Jaden Hendricks, number 10, will be going up for the tip against number 5.
Oh, sorry.
Overbay.
Yes, Overbay.
That's okay.
I was writing down who the starters were for this team, for your team.
Yeah, if you would star them right there, that would be helpful for me.
That's exactly where I'm starring
Tip
them.
is going to go. Hendricks wins the tip over to Ray. Kimbrough is going to have the ball to start out for the Bobcats. Guarded closely. It's going to be an intense game. Over to Farmer. Farmer at the 3-point line, not finding anybody. Christiansburg defense pressing up. Over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough dumps it down. No, he doesn't. He takes it back out over to Farmer. Farmer looks like he's going to drive. Ball comes out. Corralled by Prelo. Prelo's going to kick it to Farmer. Farmer thinks about shooting, hesitates, then puts it up, misses. Rebound going to go to Ray. No, he's in the middle of a bunch of Blue Demons. As he gets the rebound, it's knocked around. Number 10 is going to come up with that rebound.
It is Mason King. He is a senior and just a hard-nosed player.
Well done, King. Meanwhile, Christiansburg wastes no time, puts up a 3. They're going to miss, and they're going to get the offensive rebound. Jaden Hendricks had it, but then got it tipped away. 20 got it. Now Christiansburg setting up their offense. 5 has it, dumps it down. 20 out for 3. Open look. Good look. Nailed it.
Mason King for 3.
Good look, Mason King. Good offense to lead him there. It was a solid assist. Radford looking to answer. Farmer gets the ball out to Kimbrough. I don't think this is the Bobcat 5 that we saw the other day. Coach still early season, mix and matching, trying to see who he likes and based on the situation. Farmer's looking to drive it instead. Great turnover. 20 is going to get it for the Blue Demons. Good steal there.
That was Evan Custis with the steal right there.
Well done, Custis. Colt Rollins already coming to check in on the bench. Coach wants to switch out, doesn't like what he sees.
Both teams are playing man right now.
Going to be a travel called on number 3. Thought he kept his pivot foot down. Maybe not. Maybe just a little bit of a slide there. Good defense on the Bobcats. Colt Rollins is going to come in. And to the bench is Blake Farmer. So for the Bobcats, we've got Ray, Rollins, Kimbrough, Hendricks, and Prelo.
Christiansburg with their starters still on the floor.
3-0 ball game, 6:23 left. Not much happening offensively. Prelo takes it. No, another steal for Christiansburg. Great defense by this Christiansburg team. Driving down. Let's see if they take it the whole way. They do. 5 puts it up. Can't get it. Colt Rollins with the rebound. Rollins is going to drive, looking to see who he wants to kick it to. Looks to slow it down. No. Ray off his own knee.
Overbay with the steal, bringing the ball up the floor. At 6'5", it's very impressive how he can bring the ball up the floor just like that. And Overbay scores, and he is shooting an and 1 right now. I did not see who the foul was on.
Impressive move. I think that's going to be on 20. Ashton Taylor going to check in. Also, David Apple going to see his first action of the day, and maybe in a couple days, Ray is going to go out. Hendricks is too.
So number 20, Brandon got the foul?
Nope, that's going to be on 10, Jaden Hendricks, who went to the bench. Meanwhile, looking for the and 1, and he's going to get it. Rattles around and in. 6-0 Christiansburg lead. 5:54 to go. It's been all Christiansburg so far. Great defense and great offense. Colt Rollins does a spin move, dumps it into Apple. Apple's got some height, banks it off the glass and in.
That was a great move by Apple right there.
That was. Makes the most of his opportunity. Meanwhile, with him and Ashton Taylor in both, I think you've got your tallest Bobcats on the court. We're going to see how that shakes out with no Overbay for Christiansburg. Number 3 drives it in, puts up an awkward shot, can't get it. Apple's going to get the rebound out to Kimbrough. Kimbrough ahead to Rollins. Rollins drives it in, gets close, and then hesitates a little bit again. Great defense by Christiansburg. Ball's on the ground. Everybody's on the ground. Scoops it out.
Great move by
Mason
King. Great tip.
And then Radford's going to poke it out from behind, but instead it's going to be out of bounds on Radford, Christiansburg ball. Now, there's been 3 or 4 of those different moments where Radford has just kind of had a sloppy, long dribble, and instead Christiansburg gets their hand in there, and they've come up with the ball every time. 6-2 lead for Christiansburg.
Mason King is one of those players you need on your team that does all the dirty work. He hustles. He goes after loose balls. As we saw right there, he just dove and saved a possession for Christiansburg.
He did a couple of those good plays. Meanwhile, is that a tip in the cylinder? And it is. Now, what is that called? It's not.
That's a goaltend.
But it's a self-goaltend.
Correct.
And so it's just basket no good.
Basket
but it's still called a goaltend.
If it was on the other side, if Radford would have touched that ball, the bucket would have counted. The bucket did not count because Christiansburg touched the ball in the cylinder. I think the ball was going to go anyway.
Yeah, I think that's just a mistake there. I think you're right. I think that was going to be a layup that was going to go in, but instead it's touched back in. And what would have been good is now out. Now Apple's going to take it and does a nice spin move, lays it up and in. That's 4 now for Apple. All of the Bobcats scoring.
Unbelievable move. I did not know that he had that in him.
Yeah, good little spin there.
And you said he did not play in the last game?
I do not believe. I don't think he was hurt. He was out there for warm-ups, but no, Apple did not play. I believe he's a sophomore. And meanwhile, Christiansburg's going to lay it up, not going to get it, but they're going to get their own rebound back up. Man, 2 Bobcats played great defense, but number 3 will not be stopped. Puts 2 up for an 8-4 Christiansburg lead. Rollins going to take it all the way down, blocked from behind. Great block, clean block, but it is going to be out on Christiansburg.
Mason Hutchins is our shortest player, I believe, and he just got the rebound over 2 tall Radford players. Very interesting.
Yeah, he got the rebound over them and then just ducked underneath him and scooped it up and in. It was a great move. Radford looking to answer. Colt Rollins not finding anybody. Gets it in 2. I can't see. I've got a rough in my way. Somebody's got it. They lay it up. It's no good. Rebound's going to go no to Prelo. No, it's going to be Christiansburg. I think it was Prelo that took that shot.
It
just
was
off
Prelo, number 13, who took the shot. The score is 8 Christiansburg, 4 Radford.
No longer. Big 3 by number 20 for Christiansburg.
Evan Custis with a deep 3.
Is he known for shooting threes? Because they left him open on that one.
He is actually one of those players that does about everything that you want on the floor. He plays tough defense. He can get to the rack. He's a player you can definitely see that's growing in his game. Very impressed by his play.
Yeah, solid. Game for Christiansburg. Everybody that's getting a chance is scoring. Not a lot of missed shots for the Blue Demons.
There's 3:54 left in this first quarter. It is 11 Christiansburg and 4 Bobcats.
It's a good question. Michael Davis says, so what is a dunk? Isn't that a touch ball in the cylinder? And that's a good question. So what happened on the specific play was a different player laid it up. It went off of the back of the rim and looked to be coming back in. As it was traveling back into the basket, we think it would have been in. The teammate kind of swatted it almost down and in to ensure that it went in. But I think because it was not one fluid motion of a dunk, that may be the difference. Now, Michael Davis is a referee. Typically, he is our
if he would have dunked it, that still would have been a goaltend because the ball was still in the cylinder.
Correct. Meanwhile, we have confirmation that David Apple is a freshman. Incredibly impressive performance for this freshman. Radford, meanwhile, getting no room by this Blue Demons defense to get a shot off. They're down 7 points, 11-4. 3:33 left in this first. Blake Farmer back in the game. Tries to make a move, dumps it down to Apple. Apple makes another move, looks to shoot it. No, back to Farmer. Farmer's got it. He makes a layup, and that's a nice little move by Farmer. The senior needed to take that and does. 6-11. Radford trailing. This Christiansburg team looks to set up this offense. Tucker Williams looks to come in. Williams was in just for a moment at Pulaski County game. Meanwhile, Christiansburg, that was number 3, drives it, lays it in again.
Grayson Hutchins has really come along.
For a Radford team that prizes themselves on defense, they've given up some opportunities to Christiansburg. David Apple's going to take the ball, and they're going to call a travel. I didn't see it, but must have been one. We'll trust the refs on that.
Could not see his foot.
He started dribbling almost immediately. But
so 22 for Radford just checks in.
22, that's Tucker Williams. Williams played just a few minutes in that Pulaski County game, got 2 quick fouls, and then sat the bench the rest of the time. So we're going to see if he can make the most of his minutes. He plays tough defense. Coach Fisher would like to see some of that. Didn't like what he was seeing, so he puts him in.
So far, Coach Cox is stuck with the same lineup this entire quarter. with 2:36 left. It is a 13, now 15-6 lead by Christiansburg.
A good little lay-in. Taylor didn't like it. Thought he drew a charge, but no foul called either way, and an easy lay-in for Christiansburg. Now it's a 9-point lead.
That was Mason King's 5th point of the quarter.
Oh, Apple tries to dump it back down, playing outside the three-point line. It's a turnover and almost a dunk, but David Apple says, no, sir. Was it a foul? I thought it was pretty clean, but Apple gets called for the foul either way.
Custis will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Now, Gigi Dog 123. Who is this person?
Gigi Dog, what is it?
Great insight, saying we've got some Hokie legend lineage in this game. Prelo and Custis.
It could be my wife, Mary Nagel. It could be my sister-in-law, Maddie Duke. It could be my son, Landon Nagel.
Whoever it is, they are excellent.
It could be my daughter, Zoe Nagel. There's quite a few people that Gigi Dog. When I went on my phone last night to check this link, that was the name that popped up on our.
That's exactly
YouTube.
right.
So not sure who created it. I would love to know who Gigi Dog.
Now, here we go. Mingle is Scary says that we think Gigi is Andrew. Meanwhile, 1 of 2 free throws made. We got to get back to the game for Christiansburg. They take a 10-point lead. Demarie Brown now in the game for Radford. We've got a very different lineup than we saw the other day. They kick it out to Blake Farmer. A tip ball a little bit. He misses it. Demarie Brown is not going to get it. Meanwhile, it's going to be called out on Demarie Brown. Crowd does not like it. We've got, I don't know what team this is. There's a team in front of us that didn't like that call.
Number 22 for Christiansburg checks in. Peyton, I have not seen him play this year. He has been in a boot. I believe he is the lone junior on the team.
Wow.
Not seen him play. Very interested in this.
He's going to get a lot of spotlight for senior night next year. Meanwhile, Christiansburg looking to add to this lead. He's going to take a 3 and doesn't get it off the backboard. Rebound, though, is going to go to Christiansburg. Kicks it out. Number 20 circles around, scoots it back to 22. They want to get him a second 3. This time he nails it. 13-point lead for these Blue Demons.
And Peyton comes right in, shoots 2 threes right away, makes the second.
Garner Rollins, meanwhile, drives it all the way down. Doesn't get a great look, but does get fouled on the look. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Now I'm going to say this for the Bobcats. On the court right now, you've got Rollins and Farmer. They played a good amount of minutes the other day. But also in the game, Williams, who didn't play a lot, Demarie Brown, who didn't play a lot, and Ashton Taylor. And so Coach really is trying to see some different lineups. Meanwhile, Collins is going to miss the first. My goodness, Collins is going to miss the first of 2. Garland Lard checking in the game.
Very interesting for Christiansburg. They just subbed in 2 players, Colton Epperly, who has not played in a couple weeks, and he makes the second free throw.
Yeah, Rollins makes it, cuts it within now to 12.
Easton Murden just checked in for Christiansburg. He's a guy that I really like his game. He can get to the hole. He can create.
Meanwhile, Christiansburg faked a 3, got it inside, faked a layup, turnaround, shoots it, misses. Rebounds going a while. It's going to be Christiansburg ball.
I'm doing my best to keep up with rebounds.
Rebounds is tough. Meanwhile, left wide open is number 22, around and out. But that looked to be good. A little bit discombobulated on defense. Meanwhile, Blake Farmer is going to get an open look for Radford. Can't get it off the front of the rim. Ball is going to be rebounded by Christiansburg. Our table got bumped into. It's chaos on the court. Christiansburg has it. They're driving it in. They dish it around. They want that corner 3. They've had a couple looks at that. Radford's been leaving it open, but instead they kick it back out. Bright yellow shoes for number 2.
It's Colton Epperly. It is 35 seconds left. Christiansburg leads 19-7.
Christiansburg drives it in. A nice little look and lays it in.
This is Peyton with another bucket.
Meanwhile, foul's going to be called on number 4 for Christiansburg. Just a little bump foul. Nothing too bad. Rollins has been fouled a number of times, though. He's been taking the bulk of the point guard work for Radford.
I'm going to tell myself here, I cannot read for anything. What is that last name?
Looks like Hale. Peyton Hale, Haile.
Okay.
I think that's what you texted me from Max Preps. If you're from Christiansburg, let us know if that's incorrect.
Peyton Hale is someone I have not seen play this year. Already impressing with 5 points here in the first quarter. It's 21-7 Christiansburg with 11 seconds left in the quarter.
Garland Lard's going to take a 3. It's going to be over. No. Rebound is going to be, looked like it went to Rollins, but instead he's going to get fouled on the rebound.
Grayson Hutchins with the foul.
That might be 5. How many is that? No, that's going to be either 3 or 4 for Christiansburg. So it's 5 seconds left.
I have it down as 3 fouls.
There you go. Inbounding for Radford is Blake Farmer.
And Jaden Houston is coming in, another sophomore.
Lots. I mean, there's had to have been 9 players for each team having played already in this game. Farmer's going to get it. 5 seconds to go. He gets it to Lard. Lard has to think about it. 4 seconds to Farmer. Back to Lard. Lard has got to shoot. Instead, good defense, but it's going to be tipped out by Christiansburg. 0.9 on the clock. Great defense by Christiansburg. Radford's just going to have to catch it and shoot it.
You can get a shot off in 0.3. They got 0.9. See if they can get one off. And great play. Great play.
Wow! Absolutely a great play. They
And
inbound
one.
it on the other side of the
not
basket by Taylor. Taylor catches it in the air, almost like oh man, who was it that almost tied it with Duke in the Sweet 16?
I believe it was South Florida, maybe.
No. For us, for Hokies.
Oh, it was
If you say his name, I'll say it.
the comments will know. Was it?
Was it Chris Clark? No.
Hill Hall.
No.
Ahmad.
Uh,
Was it 13? The player's number?
He had braids. Guys, now we're going off the rails. It was a Virginia Tech player that caught it in the air and almost laid it in against the Zion Williamson team in the Sweet 16. That's what Ashton Taylor essentially did. Catches it in the air off the backboard, rattles it home to cut the deficit to 21-9. I mean, this has been all Christiansburg in quarter number 1. Radford, I think, also scored 9 points in the first quarter of the game against Pulaski County, but they held Pulaski County to 8. They're giving up 21 to a really good Christiansburg team that might be without their best player. If you're Radford, you got to take advantage. It doesn't matter that Christiansburg's a bigger school. What matters is the opportunity. Ahmed Hill, there you go. Polly P. Is that Chris Polly? I hope it is. Could be anybody. Deron Washington. Oh, man, that's a Hokies legend.
That play right there, though, can really spark a team. That was a great play and an inbound play. Let's see what Radford can capitalize on that late bucket in the quarter right there. Getting ready to start quarter number 2.
They are, and Radford's going to look for a different look again. We've got Lard, Hendricks, Ray, Farmer, and Prelo. A look I don't even know if we've seen yet this year. Coach is mixing and matching, trying to find his perfect ingredients.
And Christiansburg has King, Houston, Hale, Epperly, and Murden. Entirely, there's only one starter on the floor for Christiansburg.
Going with their second unit to start the second quarter. Christiansburg has a 12-point lead, loses the dribble. Prelo is going to get it. No. Ray is going to get it. Hendricks is going to get it. Either way, it's a turnover. Radford looking to capitalize.
Hendricks, any relation to Scotty Hendricks?
Yes, that is his. Scotty is Jaden's uncle. Meanwhile, Hendricks takes it in, lays it up. Great look for Jaden Hendricks.
Just like his uncle, you said, right?
Yes, and Jaden's one of our best players. Sometimes he gets in these slumps, and when he breaks out, he is dangerous. One of the most talented players that I've seen. He takes it. Is that his first points of the game?
Yes.
Wow.
Right?
Yep. Little score recap for you. Bobcats in the first quarter alone, David Apple had 4, Farmer had 2, Taylor had 2, Rollins had 1, and then Jaden Hendricks opened the scores for the second quarter with 2 for Radford. Meanwhile, Radford just forcing another turnover.
That's very big. You score at the end of the quarter, you score to start the quarter, you have the ball, you have a chance to cut this to an 8 or 7 point lead.
Yeah, meanwhile, Hendricks will try and do that right away, but no, it's off the backboard. Prelo is going to get the rebound after a long rebound. Works his opponent down, lays it up, and gets it. Nice little teardrop. 13-21 now. Radford leads. Christiansburg trying to answer quickly. Instead, they now pull it back.
Christiansburg as a young team this year, I've noticed that sometimes you let teams back in games. It's one thing that the more experience you get, the more you realize how to close out a game. I think that this is a good experience.
Yeah, speaking of letting them back in, they did just miss one, and Radford got the rebound again. I think it was Brandon Ray on the rebound.
The score has not
There we go. Now they've got it. 13-21, 6:30 left in the second quarter. Garland Lard has it down 8. He drives it in. Kicks it back out to Farmer. Farmer looks to Hendricks. Hendricks wants a 3 and is going to be off the back of the rim. Rebound's going to go to Ray. Ray puts it back up. Nice little touch and gets it. Now we got a ball game. Quick 6-0 run, 8-0 run for the Bobcats to make it 15-21. Christiansburg still with their second unit in. We'll see how long Coach allows for that.
We do have Brayson Hutchins ready to check in.
Kamani Kimbrough also going to check in for the Bobcats.
Oh, good move.
Good move, but good defense by the Bobcats. Defense. Hendricks is going to get it down 6. He thinks about taking it the whole way. Kicks it over to Prelo. Prelo one-on-one, decides to go in. No, brings it back out. He kicks it over to Hendricks. 5:45 left in the second. Garland Lard has it, does a spin move, gets it over to Hendricks. No space at all for these Bobcats. Excellent defense. Instead, they're going to dump it down, make a little bit of a risky move to Hendricks. Great defense. He's around 3 defenders, is trying to get it up. I thought it was clean, but a foul is going to be called on. Let's see, on number 1. Yes, on number 1. Is that his first?
That is his first foul.
A lot of fouls in this game. In the quarter so far, I think that's only the second foul in Christiansburg. Radford has none. Hendricks is going to go to the line, trying to pull it within 5. Hendricks struggled mightily from the line against Pulaski County, and he puts that behind him so far. Colt Rollins is going to come in, as is Kimbrough. We're going to have Prelo, Lard, and Farmer go out, which means we're 1 Bobcat short. Who did I miss? Never mind. Prelo's coming back out. 21-16.
Christiansburg gets a substitution. Max Bush comes in.
So how many starters do we have right now for Christiansburg?
You have 2, and Walker Overbay just came in as well.
Meanwhile, there we go for Hendricks. Come on.
4-point game.
Point of emphasis for him, I'm sure. He played clutch versus Pulaski County, but not at the free throw line. Instead, this time he makes them both. Meanwhile, Christiansburg goes to drive it in and misses again. A long rebound to Radford. A 10-0 run. They look to increase it. Rollins gets it, looks over to Hendricks. Hendricks takes a dribble right in front of us. He's maybe 5 feet away. We're right on the corner of this court, but great defense by Christiansburg. Dumped down to Rollins. Rollins makes a move. He's got 2 defenders on him. Great defense. They tie it up. They're going to call it a jump ball. Good call by the Radford. And it is going to stay with Radford.
Ashton Taylor comes in.
One of the most talented Radford players. I would love to see him be aggressive. He can hit from all over the court. Maybe our tallest player. And some games he can just take over. Meanwhile, this is going to be dumped into Hendricks. Nice little shot, but just off the back of the rim and out. They like that inbound to a player that catches and shoots, especially when they've got this height advantage. Christiansburg trying to stop the bleeding.
They have not scored since the first quarter.
Yeah, you're right.
With about a minute to go in the quarter was about their last bucket.
About a 4-minute drought. Number 10 says, we'll put an end to that.
Just like that, Easton Merton found Mason King for the easy bucket.
Good bucket by King. Meanwhile, Kimbrough is going to be left a little bit open, but no, he's going to dump it down to Kimbrough. Kimbrough is going to get it poked away. Christiansburg almost corralled it, but no, it's going to be out on Christiansburg. Bobcats, you've got Rollins in the game, Prelo, Taylor, Hendricks, Kimbrough. I mean, mixing and matching. I love what coaches do and keeping the Demons off balance. You don't know who you're guarding anymore. They try and do that little jump throw again to Hendricks. It does not work. They poke it away, and the ball is going to go all the way to the other side of the court, and it's going to be out off of the foot on Christiansburg. Man, I like the idea of that play. It just hasn't quite landed except for that one look by Taylor. Lard going to be checking into the game for Kimbrough.
And number 5, Walker Overbay, who could not corral the ball. I'm sure he wanted to have a chance at a dunk right there. He will be in the dunk contest later this evening.
Michael Davis says, put on more steam. Michael, give me more on that. I don't know what it means. Meanwhile, Rollins for Radford drives it in. They keep out to Hendricks. Hendricks is going to drive it in. I'll make this comment in a second. Hendricks up, does not get fouled. Basket kind of gets tipped away because of good defense. Meanwhile, Christiansburg up and ahead. Number 4 drives it all the way to the hole. Quick 4-0 run by Christiansburg. All right, Hendricks to Lard. Lard says, okay, we've got to get this all the way back.
The score is 25 Christiansburg, 17 Radford.
3:48. Apple looks to be checking back in. Taylor takes it around. No, he's going to bounce pass it to Lard. Lard can shoot. I wish he would have taken that 3. Instead, ball's going to be dumped down to Hendricks. It's going to be poked out by number 10, though. 10 on 10.
Mason King knocking the ball out. He has been everywhere today. He hasn't came out of this ball game. He's tipped a lot of balls. He's done a lot of the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. And in comes Evan Custis for Easton Merton.
And meanwhile, as his Bobcats, this is something that they've done. They've exhausted players earlier in the game and taken advantage late. We'll see if that has anything to do with some of these players for Christiansburg that are staying in the whole game. Meanwhile, Radford still with the ball, still down 8. Rollins is going to take it in, looks around, can't find anybody, tries to lay it in himself, and it's around and in. Good point for Rollins. He's a player that we've got to see develop over the past couple of years. Just makes those smart, light layups at the basket that just gives him the best chance of going in.
I will say that was a very tough shot to make. He is making that shot with the backboard on his dominant hand as almost another defender. He's having to shoot over a defender and shoot more on the left side of his body to be able to make that shot go in. So very impressive shot by Rollins to pull it to a 19-25 game here in the second quarter, 3:06 left.
That's right. Meanwhile, Christiansburg missed a long shot, went out of bounds, and Radford is going to get a possession, down 6. Rollins is going to take it, picks up his dribble, has to dump it over to Apple.
Apple's back in, and so is Kimbrough. I believe they both just checked in.
He is.
Radford.
Apple, the tallest player, is going to get it stolen away. Kimbrough got it stolen away. Meanwhile, went all the way down. Good defense by Kimbrough to recover, and the ball is going to go out of bounds after a missed layup, and it's going to be Radford ball.
Grayson Hutchins with the drive right there, and that was great defense by Kimbrough not to foul. Sometimes you're anticipating that foul when you're shooting a layup like that. You're taking a fast break layup.
Yeah, speaking of fouls, just a quick touch foul by Christiansburg. That's going to be their third of the quarter. 2:36 left, so they're not quite in foul trouble yet.
Was that on that was on Brayson, right? Number 3?
That's a good question.
I believe
it's
so.
Show us up there, won't it? Yes,
that's his second.
And if you're watching us, we've got the scoreboard that shows fouls behind us, so we're having to check our homework behind us. A little bit awkward.
Easton Merton just checked back in for Brayson since he's in a little bit of foul trouble.
Radford's got a possession. Steal. Good anticipation by number 4. Rollins lost it. 4 takes it all the way down again. That's maybe a second or third tip away that's led to some points. It's back to an 8-point lead for Christiansburg. Rollins has it. Not the most confident dribbler on the team, but has not turned it over much yet. Taylor's got it over to Farmer. You'd love to get Farmer an open look if you're the Bobcats. Kimbrough has it, drives it in, gets in a little bit of trouble, just lays it up, but Rollins is going to be there and get the rebound, puts it up, and it's going to roll out. Offensive rebound to Ashton Taylor. Taylor kicks it over to Farmer. Farmer finds Apple for the open 3, but it's going to be a foul on the ground against Christiansburg. Farmer got bumped. That's going to be a foul on number 20. Hendricks is checking back in the game.
Custis, and that's his first foul.
This is first, team 4th, though, so the next foul is going to send the Bobcats to the line for 2. Bobcats going to inbound it. A U to Rollins. Rollins gets it to Farmer in the corner, back to Rollins. Rollins over to Hendricks. You've got Apple, Taylor, Hendricks. 3 very tall players for Radford. Meanwhile, Hendricks gets it poked away and bobbles it a little bit. Instead, it's going to be called a travel.
He let his pivot foot slide just a little bit right there to get the walk called.
Now, if that happens while it's disrupted by a defender, is it still a walk?
In that particular possession, I'm not sure that the ref could see that it was tipped. It didn't.
I guess that's true. He was on the opposite side of it. Meanwhile, Christians were going to take it and lay it right up. Good little move, dump down. It's a 6-0 run.
Easton Merton with the pass down to Mason King for the easy bucket.
Rollins gets it down but panics and has to get it back. Eli Apple with a great steal. Dumping it from go ahead. They get it down to Farmer. Farmer's going to put it up and get fouled. Christiansburg had to. He was right there at the basket. Probably the right move for them to foul him.
Eli Apple is a cornerback that used to play for Ohio State.
Oh, that's right.
So David Apple.
David Apple. Oh, my gosh. There is a Radford player named Eli Adams. Meanwhile, Farmer, one of our best free throw shooters, with an air ball. He's going to have to shake that off. He left it far short. Eli Apple, somehow with some high school eligibility left, it comes in. And that's David Apple, who's played a great game. He's had a couple minutes on offense, or a couple moments on offense and defense. Farmer, meanwhile, misses his second rebound to Christiansburg. Radford is not going to be happy about that. Meanwhile, Christiansburg absolutely launches it down court and somehow gets it to an open man who has a layup. It was a 4-point game a minute ago. Now the lead is back to 12 for Christiansburg. 50 seconds left in the half. Rollins is going to try and dribble. You've got Prelo. He's out to Farmer. I don't know if Radford's hit a 3 yet this game, and they've got a team that can. Prelo says, I'll give it a shot. Misses, though. Rebound's going to go to Hendricks. Hendricks up ahead to Prelo. Prelo misses it point blank, and it's going to go to Christiansburg. Christiansburg wants to drive it, makes a little spin move. Rollins is there for the stop. Turnover, and okay, I thought he was going to be injured. We're going to call a blocking foul on the ground on number 11. Could have gone either way. Could have been a charge.
Max Bush's second foul.
Going to see if these fouls play into it later. 22 is going to check back in. He hit a big three for Christiansburg.
I believe that could have been a charge if Max Bush was set a little bit faster.
Rollins is going to go to the line. 2 shots, 24 seconds left, and he makes the first.
Great point by Gigi Dog. Seaberg needs to throw deep on Eli.
Oh, my goodness. Well, they did that time for the touchdown. I mean, you had a player almost on the baseline for Christiansburg that just launched, and I was like, what is he doing? Instead, gets it to his teammate.
That was Mason
who was ready
King
for it.
Launching down to Evan Custis. Evan Custis is our leading scorer.
Custis was ready for it. Meanwhile, Rollins hits the second, but Christiansburg gets it back. They want a quick 3. They do not get it, but they get the offensive rebound. 14 seconds left. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it went out of bounds on. Timeout is on Christiansburg. Who'd they say the ball went out on?
I'm not sure. I believe it is Christiansburg's ball.
Okay.
They're leading 31-21 with 12.7 seconds left in the first half. Let's see what they can draw up here.
Now, Zach, here's the question of the day. Did you bring cash? I'm going to need some halftime refreshments and have no money to my name.
I brought $20, paid my way in, and then I donated in the donation bucket. So I have $0.
Oh, no. If you're here and you got cash, let us know. Meanwhile, just a note, speaking of donations, it's not quite a donation, but it's a sponsorship by Elite Air Conditioning. If you're enjoying games like this, especially this season, if you've noted a significant increase in sound quality, it's because Elite AC paid for everything. They upgraded our complete sound system. Now, if you're still saying, hey, what happened the other night, that is our next problem to fulfill. That is the internet problem. A lot of these schools that we're going out to don't have great internet presences. Floyd County does. They gave us their internet. It has been fantastic. Thank you, Floyd. But some other schools, it's been a little bit more difficult. So we're looking to get a sponsorship maybe for a router or a hotspot that will be helpful no matter where we go. But sound brought to you by Elite AC. Meanwhile, Christiansburg, 12 seconds left. They're going to inbound it. Number 4 goes all the way in, dumps it down to number 5, but they're going to call.
Oh, blocking foul on the Bobcats, on Hendrick, number 10.
Now, that's interesting. It was a blocking foul. He wanted the charge. He thought he had his feet planted. Meanwhile, his opponent dumped it down to what would have been a great look for Christiansburg.
That's his second on Hendricks, and Taylor comes back in for the Bobcats.
Hendricks to the bench. Still 9 seconds left. Christiansburg is going to go to the line for 2. But I don't know why, because he wasn't shooting. He dumped it down to his teammate. So I thought that was a blocking and not a shooting foul.
Must have assumed he was shooting. I believe that call, that was definitely a pass. And they're now throwing the ball in. Yep.
Right call by the refs to switch it. Coach Fisher had a complaint. It was listened to. So no shooting will go on. It's going to be a throw in for the Blue Demons.
Colton Epperly checks in for the Blue Demons for Easton Murden.
GG Dog 123 wants Zach to do a sponsorship. Meanwhile, Christiansburg is going to get it to number 22. He can hit the 3, and he does.
He is now
nails
the leading
it.
scorer for Christiansburg.
He is. Garner Rollins doesn't realize how much time is on the clock, puts up a 3, but it's going to be no good. It's going to be a 13-point lead for Christiansburg. Man, if you're Christiansburg, you got to like the way your team looked. If you are a Radford fan, you've got to like the way they looked in parts of that game. But too many streaks for Christiansburg. Christiansburg was up 21-7, and then Radford got it back within 4, and then they pushed it again to 13 for halftime, 34-21. We're going to see how much time they put on the clock. It's going to be 8 minutes for halftime.
I misspoke. Mason King is the leading scorer for Christiansburg with 9 points. The second leading scorer is Peyton Hale with 8. You have Evan Custis with 6, and then 2 players with 4 is Brayson Hutchins and Easton Murden. That is how you get to 34 for Christiansburg. I should probably total up Radford.
Well, while we look at totaling up Radford, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Elite Air Conditioning. I just don't know what the proper amount to mention as a sponsor. If that's a new name to you, it's because they're a new company. They started about a year ago. One of my dear friends growing up, Ryan McCoy, and his business partner started Elite AC. They're already doing incredible work. It's really fun. Ryan, I believe, worked at a couple different air conditioning places, heating and cooling. What's the right terminology?
Heating and air?
Yeah, there you go. Heating and air places in high school.
HVAC, maybe?
HVAC, there you go. Ryan worked at HVAC in high school. right out of high school. He started working for a different company, and so I'm 36 years old now. That must mean that he's been in the business about 20 years. And now has his own. So it's really fun to see him succeed. It's really fun to see him pay back to the community. If you've seen the Cybertruck going around wrapped in Elite Air Conditioning, that's the same company. Yeah, just incredible work.
We have 131 views right now.
Look at that.
Is that how many views have been since we've started this?
That's certainly the highest since we've started this.
Well, I did go back and check the archives, and when Cam was on here, you guys had 16 views, and it was all of our family.
Wow.
So Cam is really getting bodied in the which brother is the best brother to do this broadcast with you.
Well, he is. But, Zach, here's the one thing that you have to realize. That's just views. That could be somebody viewed it, and then they went off and they viewed it again. That would count as 2, and then they went off again. So that's 131 different clicks. That's how many people are currently listening. We've got 19 loyal listeners that are currently listening. We're excited to have each of you. Again, as a little recap, if you're just joining the broadcast, we're at the Chance Harman Classic. It's Radford, a 2A school versus Christiansburg, a 3A school, down 13 at half. Christiansburg has looked great on both ends of the floor. Radford's had their moments. Radford certainly showed after that 10-0 run that they can come back and make this a competitive game.
Radford's scoring right now. Colt Rollins leads you guys in scoring with 5 points. 2 people with 4, Jaden Hendricks and David Apple have 4. And then you have 4 people that have each scored 2. Ashton Taylor, Blake Farmer, Pace Britt. Let's see. And Brandon Ray.
And Brandon Ray has 2. Now, there's a lot of Radford Bobcats that have not quite contributed in the way that we would expect offensively. Part of that is just, again, this Christiansburg team is giving them no space at all. There's been a couple turnovers. There's been a couple missed shots, missed opportunities for the Bobcats, but I think that the biggest thing is the defense that Christiansburg is playing every single time they've got the ball. Radford has the ball. They've got a defender up in their grill. So I'm going to make a prediction. Jaden Hendricks last time had 0 points at the half and then ended with maybe 13 at the end of that Pulaski County game. I think that Jaden Hendricks is going to come alive in the second half. And I'm going to say Ashton Taylor is going to be the number 2 contributor for the Bobcats. He's one that can kill you with height, but can also hit from 3. So I'm expecting the 2 of them. And then maybe some Pace Prelo. Again, you see Prelo have a game like he had last time with a career high 17, and you hope that he can continue to duplicate that, continue to get more confident on offense. His main sport, I would argue, is football. He is unbelievable on the football field, but it's fun to see that athleticism translate to the basketball court. And I think the more he finds confidence, the better he'll be for the Bobcats. Who do you look to see to make an impact in the second half for the Blue Demons?
So the Blue Demons, you can tell their game plan was to swarm the ball. Coach Cox had them prepared. I believe that Easton Murden will continue to find people. That's what he's done this game. We don't keep track of assists, but he has put the ball into the right spots for several players in the first half. I think that he's going to make an impact. And Mason King right now, who is their leading scorer, I look for him to continue that. He's also been all over the floor. I also look for Radford to come out and bring this game a lot closer. Right now, it's a 13-point game. What we've always known about Radford, they're always very well coached. They always make adjustments. I have not seen this Radford team play this year, but knowing what I've known in the past and knowing how good Coach Fisher is, I do believe that they're going to make this a close contest before this game is over.
Yeah, I think so, too. You'd like to see it. I mean, again, game 1 of the Chance Harman Classic was incredibly competitive, came down to the wire. You'd love for this one, too, also, especially if, like me, you're a Bobcat fan. It would be fun to continue a really dominant break of getting to win that tournament at Fort Chiswell. Getting this one as well would be really significant.
The interesting thing about this Christiansburg team is their last game was at Franklin County on December 22nd. And they haven't played since. And without their starting center, Garrett Overbay, you could have seen this go maybe a little different of a way to start the game. And it is a little bit shocking to see where we're at right now. But sometimes that could be – you guys just came off of a tournament, correct? Was it in Fort Chiswell?
It wasn't Fort Chiswell. It was Tuesday. So we had a game Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. But the guys don't look tired. I mean, again, I just think this is a Christiansburg team playing well. It doesn't look like, oh, man, it's an exhausted Radford team. And if we were fresh, we could get them. It just seems like this half, Christiansburg was the better half, or the better team. So we're going to see. We got 1:45 left. Christiansburg is out here shooting. Radford, meanwhile, probably getting a talking to from coach, drawing up some game plans, trying to figure the exact 5 that he wants out at the court. Again, so many mixes and matches that half. I'd love to see a list of the minutes. If you're Doug Knipe and you've got your earpiece in, give us a wave, Doug. I can see you up there. Meanwhile, let's look at a couple of these comments, guys. We will read these comments, and so if you want your input in this game, we'd love to hear it.
Is 117 of our views.
that according to Gigi Dog, that's exactly right. Gigi Dog also goes up here.
I need to know who Gigi Dog is.
Gigi Dog.
Have we figured that out?
I don't think so.
The fact that they are commenting about Eli Apple, no one in my family would know that.
Justin Robinson is my favorite Hokie. I mean, an all-time great Hokie.
Okay.
That's a great comment. We say Kev.
Coach Cox over here with the fist bump.
Let's see what we've got. Eli Apple.
Gigi Dog is either Andrew or his son, Parker Howery, is what I think.
No, it could be Parker.
Because J-Rob is Parker's all-time favorite Hokie.
Oh, Parker. What grade is Parker in now? How many years before we see Parker in this?
Parker Howery, they just finished off a great 8th grade season. He's a 7th grader, though. And his father, Andrew Howery, is the coach of the Auburn 8th grade team.
And what would they finish the season with? What was their record?
I believe they had 10 wins. I think they were 10-7 last year. I believe they had 4 wins, so big turnaround there.
Well, I don't know who this is. It says ask Zach to get NRE to sponsor a Starlink Mini for around $400.
That has to be Andrew.
New River Engraving. If only we knew your owners. One day we'll ask. It can't be Andrew though, because your business part, your part owner's on there.
Maybe Eric Altizer, the head
Coach E. I'd love it. I'd love
Auburn baseball team. He works with us.
Eric, if that's you, let us know. We'd love to ask you some questions. Meanwhile,
Parker wouldn't know about the Oak Hill stuff. Whoever that is very true. Parker was not alive in 2003 when we played.
That's exactly right. But maybe he knows his history. Meanwhile, we're going to get the second half started. We've got Kimbrough, Prelo, Farmer, Ray, and Hendricks out for the Bobcats.
Farmer Jay is enjoying the broadcast.
Farmer Jay, welcome. Glad to have you on Bobcats Sports Live, brought to you by Elite AC. Christiansburg going to start with the ball. Prelo playing solid defense. Hendricks looks to make a move. It's 10 on 10. By that, I mean number 10 on number 10. Christiansburg dumps it down. Good defense. It's 5 on 5. Good block by Farmer. Ball's bouncing around. It's going to go back. A jump ball is going to be called, and that's going to go to the Bobcats. Good defense on that possession. It's the way they needed to start. Refs are going to talk about it. People are clapping about something. I missed it.
That was a jump ball situation. Great hands there by Radford to tie the ball up with Walker Overbay.
Overbay, meanwhile, his brother is out for this game. If you're joining us late in street clothes, not in a boot or anything. Meanwhile, Radford looking to get the ball out. Prelo dives to the ground, but gets it out to Ray. Ray to Hendricks. Hendricks to Kimbrough. Kimbrough for 3. Oh, can't get it to go, but it's close. Rebound's going to go to Hendricks. Hendricks puts it back up. Can't get it to go either. Rebound to Ray. No, it's going to be poked out, but it's poked out by Christiansburg. Radford's going to keep it. 34-21, 7-12 left in this third quarter. Auburn Middle School finished 10-7.
Ooh, that's what I said. So there has to be somebody with some knowledge there. Look at me knowing all Brayson Hill with the tough bucket.
Yeah, it was. It got bumped by Jaden Hendricks, but it still went off the backboard and in. Brandon Ray, meanwhile, tried to corral it for Radford. Doesn't. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Bad turnover for Radford. They were pushing it a little bit. Brandon Ray was not ready for it.
And 1 minute and 2 seconds into the quarter, Colt Rollins checks back into the game, it looks like.
Rollins is in. Farmer back on the ground, but or back on the bench.
And here comes Lard getting ready to check in.
Foul's going to be called on Rollins.
That's Rollins' first foul.
Kevin Cox like that.
It's 36 Christiansburg, 21 Radford.
A game that the score is starting to not reflect how competitive it has been. It's been a good game, but the scoreboard doesn't lie.
Lard checks in for Kimbrough.
Ray's going to take a seat too, and Ashton Taylor's going to check in. I like the look of this Radford team in terms of offense. I'm excited to see what they're going to do on defense. They give up a 3, but the ball goes out, and then Jaden Hendricks collects the rebound.
Hendricks with his second rebound of the half. He is really all over the boards.
He kicks it to Lard. Lard gets it over to Taylor. Taylor gets tied up but fouled.
Max, if that's on Max Bush, that is his 3rd foul.
It's something that could let the Bobcats back in the game if you get some of their main players in foul trouble. That is going to be on number 11. That is Bush.
And Peyton Hale checks in for him. He's going to sit with those 3 fouls.
Want to see if that comes into the game late. Meanwhile, Radford looking to inbound, gets it to Lard. Lard over to Taylor. Taylor, I want him to take that 3. He didn't. He gets it to Rollins. Hendricks, no. Prelo going to take a long 3. It's going to be maybe tipped, but an air ball. Not tipped because it's out of bounds, and it's going to be Christiansburg ball. So a rough look for Prelo. Was way, way deep 3. Radford needs something like that, but that was not the look that they would have wanted.
Christiansburg does also have a senior, Cam. I'm not for sure what his last name is. Actually, it's probably in this book. Cam Hill. He is also 6'7", and I just realized he is not out here. So our 2 6'7" guys are both missing. So this is a whole new way to kind of play for Christiansburg right now.
Now, Zach, you have a 4th grader, and you made no jokes about 6'7". That is impressive restraint by you. Meanwhile, Hendricks is going to get all the way down court instead. He's going to be called with a charge. Fisher does not like it. I don't know if I do either. I thought that feet were scooting. Doesn't matter. Offensive foul on Hendricks. That might be his 3rd. It is. That could be bad.
Which number was that?
That's on number 10, Jaden Hendricks. 15-point game. Only basket of the quarter has been by Christiansburg.
Does Radford Bobcats Live know that you are a Christiansburg alumni and this game was really tugging at your heartstrings?
Tugging at your heartstrings, that's right. We've got 2 Christiansburg alums because I also am a Christiansburg alum, but I've been fully bought in to Radford sports. Meanwhile, on the ground, ball gets away from Christiansburg, but then they corral it again in a unique position to make a basket. They do. They get a 2. It's a 17-point lead. Meanwhile, Lard drives it in for Radford. Can't get it. Rollins is going to just toss it up while he gets fouled. It's going to go off the backboard and in.
Christiansburg's leading scorer just scored, and then Radford's leading scorer just scored.
That's right, 38-23. He's going to have a chance to add to his total for Radford. That's Colton Rollins.
This will be for point number 8 if he can knock it in.
Jim goes silent. Shot goes up and out. Rebound's going to go to number 10 on Christiansburg, who has been everywhere.
Mason King.
He
is the guy that I thought would need to step up in Garrett Overbay's absence, and he really has. He's a senior. Lots of times seniors are the ones that are able to step up. They've had that experience.
I mean, truly a fantastic game. Radford trying to pull it back. Meanwhile, good move, good defense by Lard, but then it's going to be an offensive rebound by who else? King.
Mason King.
Puts it back up to extend the lead to 17 again. My goodness.
He has 13 of those points for Christiansburg.
Radford looking for an answer. They go to Garner Rollins. He tries to get it into Hendricks, but the ball's tipped away out of bounds on Christiansburg. It's going to be Radford basketball. 4:52 left in the third. 40-23, Christiansburg winning. Meanwhile, we're getting some insider info that Garrett Overbay hurt his ankle.
Interesting.
That's why he's out for this game. Hopefully not much longer, just this one. And then
does this inside information know how severe this injury is to his ankle?
We'd like to know.
Especially for our future bets we're going to be making on futures of this Christiansburg team.
Unbelievable.
And who was that foul on?
That's going to be on number 22. It's his second.
Peyton
Hendricks
Hale's
is going to go
second.
to the line. It was a quick inbound and attempted a shot. Meanwhile, Hendricks banks in a free throw. I believe that makes him 3 for 3. Is that right?
Makes him
on free throws, 3 for 3 for Jaden Hendricks.
No, he is 4 for 6.
That's Garner Rollins. Hendricks just hit that one.
I have the wrong person.
That's okay. That's okay. Hendricks, who again really struggled from the line at the last game, is now he misses that one, but he's 3 for 4. Good to see him at 75%. Christiansburg's going to collect the rebound up 16, looking to add to this lead. They dump it down 22 over to 10. 10's going to take it. That's number 20. Back out to number 4. 4 drives it, and this time they're going to call that foul. A blocking foul again. Hendricks, it's the second time that he's tried to take a charge but been called with the foul. I believe that's going to be his 4th. It is. Demaria Brown going to check in. Hendricks is going to go out.
It's a tough blow for Radford.
It is. How many does he have so far?
He has 5 points.
5 points for Hendricks. A quiet day offensively. Usually he's one, though, that comes on late. Might not have that opportunity with 4 fouls this time with not even halfway through the third. Christiansburg makes the first of 2.
Easton Merton knows how to get to the bucket. He knows how to create. And right there, Makes one of two.
Up with the second. Rebound goes to Taylor, but he got it right on the sideline as he's being pushed out, trying to save it. Went off the back of the backboard. So it's going to be Christiansburg ball, up 17 points. Radford's really needing some magic to kind of come back and make this a competitive game. Good defense by Prelo.
Grayson Hutchins with the dangerous pass, and Evan Custis with the shot, and fouled by Lard, number 4. I believe that is his first. That is his first.
He can have a jump stop by Custis, then went to jump again to shoot. I thought it was a travel, but then I thought about it, and it was a good no call. Custis up with the first, and is going to miss the first.
And Mason King checks back in after a brief stint on the bench for Walker Overbay.
I don't like that. King has been dominant for Christiansburg. Meanwhile, second free throw is up and good. That's a 18-point lead for Christiansburg.
Ooh, all right. Foul by Custis. Fouls Lard with a little bit of payback right there.
Yeah, Custis does not like it, but it was aggressive defense.
Seemed to be the correct call. And in comes Colton Epperly.
Blake Farmer also in for your Radford Bobcats. Looking to get some offense. Farmer is one that can hit from all over, especially from three. Maybe they try and get him in, trying to get some threes up. Radford been quiet from three today. Garner Rollins is going to take it around. Back out to Demarie Brown, seeing some of his first minutes tonight.
Colt Rollins just had the ball.
Who did I say?
Gardner Rollins.
Oh, sorry. At one point, Rollins drives it in and it does not get it. He was a hyphenated name last year, Colton Garner Rollins. This year, he does show up as just Rollins, but it is hard for me to remember that. Meanwhile, speaking of, he pokes it away, but Christiansburg does corral it back. They're going to dish it in. My goodness, what a look. What a catch and shot by number 4. How did he get that back up in time? That's going to be a 20-point Christiansburg lead.
Easton Murden. He is a very aggressive player, really a player that I've really watched. Him and the Grayson Hutchins kid have really grown since I saw them here in this gym a month and a half ago for that first scrimmage. But they're both sophomores, so you would expect that.
Yeah, Christiansburg team that's looking really good. They look really comfortable. Meanwhile, Taylor's going to put up a 3 in and out.
Nice shot.
Get a rebound by Rollins. Rollins dumps it down. That's to
number
Demarie Brown. Demarie Brown is going to get his first points of the evening, if that's correct. Yep. And then Radford's going to call a timeout. Man, it's difficult when you look at Radford. It's their offense that's letting them down. Defensively, 44 points. Probably at this point is a little bit more than you want, but offensively to only get 26 midway through the third, they've got to be disappointed in that effort. They need somebody to step up in a big way. Let's look at our comments. Ashton Taylor used to go to Christiansburg. I wonder if this is some of his old teammates that he's probably excited to play again. You'd hope so. A lot of people back and forth between Christiansburg and Radford. Maximus Claiborne, one of those.
His father is the fantasy football champion of the most prestigious fantasy football league in the area.
That's right. For those of you that were invested in that storyline with me, you are sadly disappointed to hear that I, as an 81% favorite, lost. Matt Stafford had a chance to win it for me and instead threw the ball 2 yards too far for what would have been the championship-winning play.
Equally as sad, I was a Jacoby Brissett touchdown to Trey McBride. Dropped it in the end zone, and I would have been your champion for a 10th time.
Could have been you, friends. I know that you're tuning in for this, and I know you're commiserating with us. Hey, let us know in the chat if you won your league, or if you're like us, just sad and wondering what could have been. If you're just joining us, it is 44-26 Christiansburg in a dominant effort in the Chance Harman Classic. It's the second game of the day.
Radford with a full court press right now, looking to give Christiansburg a little bit of trouble bringing the ball up.
And they do. That could have been called a travel, but it's not. Instead, it's going to be Christiansburg trying to get it around. Oh, who else but King is going to put up a 3, is not going to go in, but a deep rebound from Christiansburg. That's number 4. He's going to dribble well. He's going to go around. He's going to be played well, but a jump ball.
Jump ball. Possession Christiansburg.
I didn't think that was held on to long enough to somebody. Call to carry is what one fan wants, and he may be right. Either way, it's going to be called a jump ball.
I cannot see where that fan is yelling from.
I can see him. He doesn't have any logos on. Timeout's going to be called by Christiansburg. Again, 18-point lead for Christiansburg. They're quite comfortable. Radford would love to get back in this.
That's a great timeout by Coach Cox right there. It looked like they were not able to get the ball in bounds before the 5-second count.
That's a smart call by Cox to just say, hey, let's reset. Meanwhile, question from the crowd of when did we attend Christiansburg? I graduated in 2008. Zach was 2004. There are two other Nagels running around there. Jason would have been the class of 2000, and Cam would have been the class of 2018.
And Jason did not graduate from Christiansburg, but he attended Christiansburg.
That's true. That's true. So there's 4 Nagels running around. You might know our family best from New River Engraving. Zach, tell us what's going on at NRE. You got a new building?
Yes, we recently moved to a new building, and we've been serving the community with their awards and recognition ever since. And now there's no more breaking the action. We are live, and Easton Merton just passed it in to Brayson Hutchins, and he takes it to the hole. Man, he is all over the place today.
Good play by Hutchinson. He actually got it tipped away, and Gardner Rollins looked to get it. Instead, Hutchinson just grabs it again, puts it right back up, and gets it. Meanwhile, he pokes it again away on defense, but Demarie Brown is going to get it. They're going to call it. It's an odd time to call it a jump ball. Call it a jump ball. This time it is going to go to Radford.
And Lard checks back in.
Lard's in. Prelude's going to take a seat on the bench. For your Bobcats, you've got Farmer, Apple, Brown, Lard, and Rollins. Again, mixing up lineups. We're seeing different people, different times. Almost none of the starters are in right now. Farmer is. I think he's the only one that started today, although Coach has been messing around with that starting lineup too, just seeing who he wants when. Foul's going to be called on number 3, just a touch foul.
It's his third.
That could come into play. I mean, again, at this point, it is a game that seems out of reach unless Radford goes on a run. They did have a 10-0 run earlier on the game, and you felt like, man, maybe the offense is coming alive, and then it's been dormant ever since. Rollins is going to get 2 from the line because they're now in the double bonus. He gets the first one to go. I shouldn't even say double bonus. There's only a bonus now.
And Jaden Houston checks in for Brayson Hutchins. What you have to love if you are a Radford fan is how hard they are competing. When that ball was on the ground right there, both teams are diving on the floor. That's what you want to see. That's what good teams do.
Yeah, and that's one of the hallmarks of Radford defenses. It's one of the best all-in defensive teams that every play they're going to be running and sliding, which is really fun. Meanwhile, Christiansburg is going to drive at the basket. They're going to miss, but a foul is going to be called, I believe, on Garland Lard.
That's his second.
Lard's second. 19-point advantage for Christiansburg. Meanwhile, Hot Boy Hayden played with Cam at Christiansburg, meaning you played and watched Cam rehab. Unbelievable. From the rafters for GG Dog. Miss on the front end of 2 for Christiansburg.
It's Jaden Houston's first free throw of the night, and he misses. GG Dog has got to be Andrew Howery. Has to be.
If it is, there's been some miss number 2, and rebound's going to go to Demarie Brown. Demarie Brown up to Rollins. Rollins looks to get it ahead to Lard, but doesn't. Pulls it back, kicks it out to Lard. Lard, I wanted him to take the 3. He doesn't. He's dribbling around. Some good moves by Lard. Over to Brown. Brown to Farmer. Farmer dumps it down to Apple. Apple's been quiet since those early points. He kicks it to Lard. Lard gets a 3, and oh, man, looked good but was not. Rebound kicked around to number 4 for Christiansburg. He's going to take it all the way to the cup. No, he's pulling back out. He's going to get it to number 10, King. King, please, no. King being guarded by Apple. Foul's going to be called on Farmer. And then King helps Farmer up. I like that. Good move by King. King, I'm back on your side. I love when Michael will always make fun of me for this, but when somebody helps up the opponent, I'm like, that kid, one of the best. King dominating and still has time to help his opponent up. It's going to be 2 shots for him.
That's a lesson that you have handed down to your child, Fitznagel, who plays for the Radford Panthers. He loves to help other kids up.
He does.
He's a great teammate.
The only time I'll yell at him on the court is when he doesn't help somebody up. Let's see. Free throw number 2 up. He made the first. He's going to miss the second. 20-point lead for Christiansburg. Only 27 points scored for Radford. They're looking to turn their fortunes here. Lard's going to have the ball. Minute 18 left in the third.
They're going to turn this game around with a 20-point deficit. They're really going to have to start right now. And Farmer,
Man, great look for Farmer. That's exactly what you want. And then ball on either side of the rim and out. Meanwhile, Garner Rollins got the offensive rebound, puts it up, misses wide, but they're going to call a foul on Christiansburg.
I believe that was on number 4.
That's right. They're saying it's
That's
his
his
second. But it's going to be 2 free throws for Radford. That's a way they could get back in. But last game, they were not able to hit their free throws. This game, we're going to see what they can do. Rollins up with the first and good. Prelo going to enter the game, is going to be in for Garland Lard. We'll head back to the bench as Rollins takes
Rollins' 5th free throw of the quarter.
Yeah, he's played pretty aggressively in the paint and gotten some foul calls because of it, giving himself some opportunity and made a good bit of them at the line. He's going to be up with a second and good.
And that's his 10th point of the game so far. He is the leading scorer for Radford. The score is 47 Christiansburg, 29 Radford. Luther Merton with another good pass. Easton Merton.
That number 22 can shoot. Is that his second or third three?
That is his third three.
Meanwhile, Radford just trying to get something going and launches it ahead to Prelo. The throw is too far. Prelo has to throw it behind him as he's saving it out of bounds, but it goes right to Christiansburg.
And senior,
good move by Christiansburg. They miss it
everywhere.
Misses it at the hoop, but then again, an offensive rebound by Merton, number 4, puts it back up and gets it. Colton Rollins tries to just do the best he can, drives it all the way down, gets to the cup, a little bit too strong in the shot. Rebound to Christiansburg. Man.
Rebound by Nick Marcel for Christiansburg. He's a senior who just checked in the game.
Looking like he's going to hold it for the last shot for Christiansburg. 13 seconds left, but his teammate wasn't looking at him, throws it out of bounds. 11 seconds left. The Bobcats desperate to get something going on offense.
I haven't done the best job of keeping rebounds, but as of right now, our guard, Easton Merton, is leading with 5 rebounds.
Good defense by Christiansburg, but the foul's going to be called way, way down the line. Christiansburg is going to kick themselves for that because
third foul.
It's going to give Rollins, who just hit 2 more chances at the basket for free throws.
He is about to shoot his 6th and his 7th.
Oh, there it is.
That was for Zoe Nagel, if you're listening, 6'7".
Zoe, are you Gigi dog? Please let us know.
And my niece, Emmy Duke, 6'7".
Oh, but not for your other niece, Nora. Wow.
Well,
who's for sure listening? Rollins, this is the first.
Nora Nagel is listening.
She's got to be.
Well, Nora, I hope you're having a great day.
Meanwhile, Apple's going to sit for the last 9 seconds. Ashton Taylor's going to come in, who's been relatively quiet for today.
And Colton Epperly comes in for Christiansburg.
Rollins going to nail the second. 52-30 for the Bobcats. Tucker Williams is going to come back in the game. Rollins is going to sit back down after those free throws. 22-point advantage for Christiansburg. Radford just trying to keep it close as they're about to head into the 4th. And Christiansburg's going to come down. 3 seconds left. Take away for – he's got to shoot it, and he does. Oh, my goodness. If you're a Bobcat, that makes you sick.
Just your day. That is.
Blake Farmer pokes it away on a great defensive play. They come right over and grab it off the ground, take a 3, and hit it. What's that?
Christiansburg had nothing but luck.
You know, it might be true. Christiansburg accused have had – that's right.
Oh, I guess the money I paid that referee –
you know, it worked well. Friends, a referee come over and looks me in the eye. He goes, I guess that explains this game. And I said, what? And he goes, it was luck. Christiansburg had luck. Man, he's going to get fired for that. That's illegal for him to say, hey, if you're here in Floyd County Gym and listening, I don't know why you would be, but I'll pay you $15 for a hot pretzel. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Suggest in the comment where I should go after this. I'm going to go get some food in Floyd. If you've got a restaurant that you love in Floyd, let me know. I'd love to go somewhere local. I need to go to the bread basket. Hey, if you don't know, I make cookies. The bread basket has unbelievable flour. I get 50-pound bags of flour there. The last time I was there, they said, hey, we also have sugar. So I'm picking up 25-pound bags of brown sugar and of white sugar. The question you're asking is the same question my wife is asking. Where are we going to put it? And I don't know. Bread basket, if you'd like to be our Starlink sponsor, you're going to have to beat New River Engraving to the punch because they can't wait. Meanwhile, quick inbound for Christiansburg to start the 4th.
David Apple.
Apple making the most of his minutes. Farmer, ahead to Farmer. Farmer all the way down a quick 2. That transition, that defense to offense could be something that plays into this 4th. Oh, Prelo is going to knock it out of bounds. Two great defensive plays to start the fourth for the Bobcats, but this time it's going to stay with the Blue Demons.
Colt Rollins is your leading scorer with 11. Jaden Hendricks has 5.
Meanwhile, Christiansburg going to take a timeout. They don't like the look of this full court press. Bobcats throwing in some defensive substitutes. You got Tucker Williams in there to start the fourth. He ended the third to starting the fourth. You have Brandon Ray. I'll wait to tell you the rest because they went to timeout, and coach has been changing the lineup. And so we might have some fresh faces to start. A couple things that could help you if you're a Bobcat. We do have the possession arrow, but down 23, you're going to need a little bit more than that. 2-0 start to the fourth quarter, so maybe you get on one of those runs like you had midway through the second and make this a ball game again.
And Christiansburg's leading scorer is Mason King with 13. Peyton Hale has 11. Easton Merton has 9. So you got a couple guys right there, either at or near double digits. Radford really needs that second scorer.
Yeah, they do. If you're looking around the stadium, you'll see some Radford legends. We've got PJ Prelo here, current Hokie. We've got Andrew Olverson here, who I believe went to Averett University and may be coaching football now. He was one of the best football players that I would say that Radford's ever had. It was here my first year that I got here. Rocky Top playing in the background right now, which Garland Lard will love. Tennessee fan, and recently announced on Facebook, committed to Tennessee.
Interesting. I remember helping with him with the Mulch Madness.
Look at that. Mulch Madness, a great fundraiser for Young Life. If you need mulch in March, please, Young Life would love for you to send some kids to camp and for us to raise money for them while getting you the mulch you need. Meanwhile, Christiansburg going to inbound it.
Jaden Houston in the game.
Defense is pressing up for Radford, which bites them there. They give up a wide open three, and again, number 5 pumped up after another three. My goodness.
Walker Overbay, his 9th point.
Christiansburg cannot miss from 3. Meanwhile, Tucker Williams going to have it for Radford. They're looking to get a 3 of their own. Farmer, probably their best 3-point shooter, looks to take it, but then does not. Back to him.
The interesting thing about Radford today is they do not have a made 3.
Wow, that is interesting. Farmer, by the way, takes it all the way and has a nice little look at the basket. Can't quite get it to go. He's going to be frustrated at himself this game. He's had shots that just missed. None of his shots have been bad.
Great
man just can't get him to
by
go.
Farmer and Prelude.
Yeah, there's no quit in this Radford team, and they get a rebound here. They're going to throw it ahead to Farmer. Farmer, I want him to just pull up and shoot instead. He drives it all the way down, has a little bit too much momentum, and spins it off the glass, does not go in. Garner Rollins and Hendricks are sitting on the sideline waiting to come in. Still a 26-point lead for Christiansburg. It does not seem like it's been this much, but man, Christiansburg is dominating this ball game.
I fear to say this is probably the last time I'll be doing this broadcast.
Yeah, they saw you on the sideline. They said, we're really going to show something out this time.
I feel like I brought bad luck to the Radford Bobcats live crew.
I'd be curious to see if the Bobcats expected to win this game again. It's a 3A team. It's a 1,300 person school versus a 500 person school. But historically, Radford loves to compete with these bigger schools, and so you would have hoped that this would have been a close matchup. Not the outcome the Bobcats would have wanted. Looking to be a mixed bag of results for this winter break.
But for the Bobcats, sometimes this is something that you really want. You don't obviously want to lose any game, but where do you go after if the game holds? If you lose a game like this, where's the turnaround? Is there a turnaround? Are they able to pick it up on the next game? Which knowing this team and this coach, I would think they would be able to.
Well, and who knows what their internal monologue is. For me, when we lost to Salem, I said, well, that's Salem's third game. It's our first. That's kind of a fluky game. We had limited time with guys coming from football that are just getting in, so I didn't put a lot of stock in that. This is now a midseason game. It's game number 7. You should have your team. You should know what you want. And so this is a good time to be humbled, to say, hey, we've got to really figure out who we're going to be. Meanwhile, not a lot of shots happening as we're yammering on about the season. Apple, though, does get it down low. He does shoot it. He misses, but he's fouled on the play, so he'll get 2 from the line. Apple getting some solid minutes tonight. Has played well. Defensively, offensively, had some moments. See what he can do from the line. He's up and out for the first off the back of the rim.
There's 5:48 to go here in the fourth. 58-32 Christiansburg.
Floyd County store is being pumped up, but be careful of the chicken salad if you have a crown. There you go. They might have some things in there that you might bite your crown off. I don't know. Okay, we've got Kamani Kimbrough is going to get the rebound. I don't know. It's the GG. The wind have been taken out of our sails. So I need something like that to pump me back up. Foul's going to be called. Hendricks had the ball, tried to drive around. Hendricks again back in this game after having 4 fouls. The only hope is a player like him getting hot. So they got to throw him back out there with 5:33 left. Radford going to inbound it.
Coach Cox seems frustrated about something that his defense is doing.
Got all coaching staff sitting, which is not typical, but the outcome of this game seems pretty sure. 26-point lead for Christiansburg. Radford's going to dump it down to Prelo. Good pass by Hendricks. Good look. Prelo's going to lay it back up. It's going to be a 24-point game.
Full court press.
Even now, you want to see if you can just be successful against a team like Christiansburg. Even if you can't come all the way back, having some moments toward the end that you put some things on tape. Apple with a great block. Blocks it right to his teammate, Garner Rollins, who's going to drive it all the way down into Hendricks. Hendricks up and in. There you go.
4 quick points.
That's what you wanted to see the whole game if you're a Bobcat, but we'll take it while we've got it now. Hendricks tips it away. Man, another good play by him, diving to the ground, saying, I'm not giving up. He's a senior that's leading this team and saying, hey, we're going to see what we can be. Still 22-point deficit.
3 starters checked back in for Christiansburg after that 4-0 run for Radford. 4:50 left to go.
GG Dog saying, stay and do the Auburn Cave game. I'll buy you a pretzel from concessions. Unfortunately, that game is at 4:30. There's no way.
That is definitely Andrew then, because he is coming to that game to support Auburn basketball.
Well, that's fun. If only he would support Bobcat Sports Live with a sponsorship. You know who did support us? Elite AC.
I will say that New River Engraving is going to have to look into sponsoring Radford Sports Live, Starlink, or whatever it is.
That could be pretty fun. Also, they could, in the start of Christiansburg one, Mike Hunter asked me about starting.
Oh.
He's going to lower the shoulder David Apple is. My gosh, if I call him Eli Apple again. David Apple is going to lower the shoulder.
Mike
just
Hunter,
a bump, bigger guy and a smaller guy. So
Mike Hunter talked to you about doing both?
No. He just said, hey, we'd like to get that started, which it is I hope it's such a fun thing. For me, before I joined Michael Davis, I always tuned in because I want to hear people talk about the game. NFHS is great to show the game, but you don't get any of the, the commentary, and that's kind of what you want. So to have people be able to go, and maybe you guys end up sponsoring something for Christiansburg. Meanwhile, Eli, oh my goodness, David Apple dumps it down to Garner Rollins. Just Rollins. Guys, we're really doing it here. Rollins did. Apple's going to get the assist. Rollins is going to get the bucket. Still a 20-point game, but a nice little 6-0 run for the Bobcats, giving them a little bit of confidence towards the end. Refs are going to call that a foul on Radford. It's going to be a foul on
Apple. It's his third.
He's going to go to the bench with that third foul. Got Kamani Kimbrough, Hendricks, Prelo, Demarie Brown, and Rollins on the court. 4 minutes left, 20-point game. Poked away by Hendricks. Another good steal towards the end of this game. Rollins is going to get it, tries to get it up to Hendricks. Hendricks dives on the ground, tries to get it out, does not get it out in time. It's going to be Christiansburg basketball. Christiansburg's driving down. They're going to go all the way down. No. Demarie Brown's going to poke it. No. It's going to be Christiansburg ball with a wide-open 3 and nails it. Number 1, wide-open 3. Meanwhile, a desperate pass is going to get intercepted by Christiansburg. Christiansburg up 23. They've got the ball. They're going to slow it down now. No need to shoot. They're just going to try and run the clock out. Lard's going to come in just a second. Meanwhile, poked away by Hendricks. Great defense in this fourth quarter by Hendricks, but he does poke it out, so it's going to be Christiansburg ball.
Radford's a lot of fight right here.
It is. You like to see it.
Nick Marcel just checked back in for Christiansburg.
King's got the ball, going to inbound it for Christiansburg. 3:23 left. If you're still with us, you're a real one. The game is probably decided, but we appreciate you sticking with us towards the end of this game. Christiansburg bringing it down nice and slow. Kimbrough playing some defense. Christiansburg's going to drive it in. Nice little floater. Good shot by number 0 for Christiansburg.
Nick Marcel, his first bucket of the night.
I hadn't seen a lot from him, but maybe you should shoot more. That was a nice, clean little shot by him. Kimbrough going to drive it in, dumps it to Brown. Brown wasn't quite ready. Ball's going to get tipped to Lard. No, it's going to be stolen by number 3 for Christiansburg. Great nice defense by Hendricks. Hendricks is tired, you can tell, but he is still fighting for this. Ball did go to Christiansburg, out the number 3. Christiansburg hits the 3, and this one is turned into
Grayson Hutchins with the 3 right there.
Yeah. I don't know what it's turned into. It's turned into something sad for me. I'll tell you that much.
Brayson with his 11th point.
Jason Nagel says Smith Mountain dock permits might sponsor us. Jason Nagel listening to us from Vermont.
From Vermont.
We've got listeners all up and down the East Coast.
We shouted him out earlier.
You might ask, hey, what do we need sponsorships for? You should know that Michael Davis and I just do this for the love of the game. We just love Bobcat sports. I'm a young life leader at Radford High School. Michael Davis is I would call him a Bobcat legend. And so we just do it to call the games. Now the money goes towards just us buying equipment. When Elite AC paid for us, we upgraded our sound equipment, which we think has been a huge upgrade. Now we're looking for a sponsor for the internet so that we can come to you live with no interruptions. Last game, we did it off of Michael's hotspot, which worked for a time, did not work well. Luckily, Floyd County has been so kind as to let us on their internet this time. They have been great hosts for us.
Nice move by Brown.
Yeah, Brown with the quick basket for the Bobcats. Again, it's a 26-point game. He's going to go to the line for the N1. But Floyd has been great host to us. They gave us a table right on the corner of the court. Meanwhile, I thought maybe we'd have some plays that kind of careened into us. We only had one moment of having to have a quick heads up, but haven't gotten hit this game. But the next game, there is a game at Blacksburg. I don't think we'll be able to call that game. It's away at Blacksburg. And then I think Radford will be back at home against Glenver. Maybe on the 13th. The Bobcats have only had one home game this entire year. And so we're very excited to bring you some more live from Cormany Court once we get back there.
This is your 7th game and only one home game?
That's right. There's been 3 were at that tournament. Meanwhile, 3 for Christiansburg. Marcel starting to feel himself now. 28-point lead for Christiansburg. Meanwhile, Quinn walking by, probably devastated at the Bobcats losing. And meanwhile, Christiansburg is going to knock it in and go for a dunk that they'll miss. But Marcel is going to come back, get the rebound, missed it. Apple with the rebound for Bobcats. So no more damage done there.
Well, if you did spark something and I find a way to get on the air with Christiansburg, you're going to have to come sit in and be a...
It could be fun.
That could be fun.
Meanwhile, if you're a Radford sports supporter, we had tossed around the idea of potentially doing a Patreon, a way that you could support us and get some money that we can just do upgrades, maybe pay for pretzels. I don't know if you guys listened to Fort Chiswell game. Garland Lard with a great defensive play. Meanwhile, Radford's going to throw it up ahead to Marie Brown. Nice little move there. Is going to get an easy layup. Brown gets some points here towards the end of the game. 45-69, Christiansburg winning a minute 12 left in the game. So Garland Lard fighting until the very end. Got to say, I appreciate that.
Brown with 6 points here for Radford, all in the second half.
Yeah, he's done well. He's come in a couple different times. Help him up, Eli. Help him up. There you go. Demaria Brown helping up his opponent.
Colton looks like that. Colton Epperle for Christiansburg. Looks like his calf is bothering him again. That's the injury that kept him out about 4 games. But he's going to the line right now to shoot 2. He has not scored yet this game.
Hopefully they might sub him out at this point in the game. You don't need anybody in there that's dealing with injury. Again, a minute left. 69-45. Christiansburg winning the line for 2. Yeah, comment from Eric Holmes. Just no offense. Hard to win against good teams, only scoring in the 30s and 40s. And that's exactly right. 45 is not what you would expect from a Radford High School team that's got a lot of people who can play offense. I don't know if we've got a designated superstar, but you've got a lot of people like Jaden Hendricks that can put up 25. Ashton Taylor can put up big points. Prelo again the other day had 17. You can have people like Farmer that get hot from 3. So maybe they've got to find some offensive identity and somebody that just says, I'm going to put the team on my back. Rollins again was our top scorer today. I can't even forget him as I'm making that list. Kimbrough, meanwhile, drives it in, can't quite keep control. Has a layup that does not go in. Christiansburg with the rebound with 45 seconds left. We're going to see if they keep pushing or if they just kind of dribble it out towards the end of the game.
And sometimes when a team is hot like Christiansburg today, it just seems like everything they put up, they just don't miss. And that is a hard way to find yourself winning the game at the end for these Bobcats.
Yeah, it's a Christiansburg team. I'm going to be excited to see what they do the rest of the year. They had a lot of contributions from a lot of players. Seemed like a great team. And again, they're missing one of their best who is not playing today because of an ankle injury. Marcel going to go for 3 again and nails it. My goodness. Up 26 points, and he says, I'm going to shoot a 3 with 10 seconds left. Why not?
That's their 5th 3 of the half.
Meanwhile, Radford is going to let that be the last shot of the game. 29-point victory for Christiansburg, 45. Well, Zach, in the last 5 minutes of this broadcast, let's give a couple observations. Let's see if you'll be adding up the scores so we can see kind of who's scoring what. We'll say this, the Radford defense, while they looked solid in the first quarter, well, not even the first quarter, maybe it was the second quarter. Christiansburg put up 21 in the first quarter. So at times this Radford defense looked solid, but at the end of the day, when you're giving up 70 points, there's really nothing you can hang your hat on. I think if you're Radford, they tried a lot of different looks, and maybe that's one where you just know it's you're an overmatched squad, and so you want to see who can get some teams of 5 that you might like the look of for later. We'll play another game on Wednesday where we're going to play a team that at least should beat us on paper. It's a 3A team in Blacksburg, but we beat them by 28 earlier in the season, and then we're going to start getting in some games against Glenver, some 2A schools that you're really going to see the postseason outlook for this team when they play some opponents that are in 2A. Meanwhile, go ahead.
I'll just say one of the interesting things I saw is I do not have Radford down as making a single 3, and Christiansburg made 11. 33-point difference in 3-pointers is a lot.
That is.
And that's just sometimes a team that's just, doesn't shoot well a certain game, but that doesn't mean that – I'm not sure how they normally shoot. Are they normally a heavily 3-point shooting team?
No, I don't think so. I think that we're a team where we get threes when the opportunity hits us, but we have guys that can just hurt you from that. I mean, there are some games where Blake Farmer will hit 3 or 4 threes, and then it makes the defense play outside more, and then we go inside. So I don't think it's a hallmark of our team, but hitting 0 is very unexpected, I would say. I wouldn't expect us to hit 10 or 15 a game, but I think we'd be in the 6 or 7 range, and,
Well, if you hit 6 or 7 in this game, it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that to me really stuck out. I have Colt Rollins down at 13 points as your leading scorer. Second leading scorer was Jaden Hendricks with 7. And then Apple and Brown each had 6. Christiansburg, very interesting. Mason King did not score in the fourth quarter, but he had 13. 2 guys had 11 in Hutchins and Peyton Hale. And then you had Easton Murden had 9, and Nick Marcel, who shot there at the end, had 8. So they had quite a lot of scoring kind of spread around. And it's just tough when everybody for Christiansburg seemed like they were hitting.
Yeah, I think that's what's difficult. When you look at Christiansburg, again, a lot of their players are in that 8, 9, 10, 11 range where it's, who do you guard? Everybody's hitting something. Whereas you look at Radford, their number 2 scorer only had 7. And below that, it's 4, 2, 6, 6, 4, 2. I mean, there was not a consistent secondary scoring threat. And Colt Rollins, great player. When he's our leading scorer, that's surprising. That's saying that somebody else probably didn't show up because he's one of our most consistent players, but around that 10, 12 range. And, if you don't have anybody scoring more than 10 or 12, you're probably in a bad position, which Radford was today.
Colt Rollins seemed like a player that did a lot for you guys. He seemed like he was a very good defender. He got a lot of rebounds, a lot of tip balls. So I was very impressed with his game today.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of our best defenders. And again, one of those scrappy guys that just will get the ball under the basket that, that somebody else missed and go up with it and make it or make it pay from the line. So it's good to see him play his game. He's probably the only Bobcat that will be excited about the way he played today. I think everybody else, Apple, I should say too, as a freshman getting some minutes, had 5 or 6 points for Apple.
He had
a
6.
Big block or 2. David Apple, not Eli, but just a solid player, and was excited to see him, get some time as a freshman and to feel confident. He's probably somebody that will be a good player for Radford for years to come. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for us. Again, your final Radford Falls 72-45. I believe that was the final score. They took it already off. I didn't write it down. Radford will be back in action Wednesday at Blacksburg. I believe that will be a game on NFHS. I do not know if we'll be there. I'll be at a different ball game, the Panthers ball game. If you're a big Radford Panthers fan, Fitzgerald Nagel will be playing. We'd love to see you there. And so we'll see again. After that is the Glenver game, I think on the 13th at home, and that's the next time I'm certain that Bobcat Sports Live will be live. If you want to be a part of one of our sponsorships, please just send us something in the comments. You can find us on Facebook. Let your friends know about us. The more people are on, the more we're able to reach Radford families that want to hear how the kids in our community are doing. So Signing off. This is Zach. This is Isaac. We're the Nagel brothers.
Officially the number one Nagel. My mom and dad told me that if we won this game, he was going to drop to number 4. So,
Whoops.
there we go. That's what we needed. We needed that to be the golden child.
There you go. Golden child forever. Have a great day, guys.